Hey, before we start the show, quick announcements. I'm going to be in Minneapolis this Friday and Saturday, Acme Comedy Club. Both Saturday shows are sold out. Get your tickets real quick. I don't know the state of the tickets for Friday, but I think those are going to go pretty quick because we're a week out and they're gone. So make sure you go to my website, theandrewschulz.com. You can get tickets for that. We also got Jacksonville. We also got Orlando. What else we got? I think Cleveland, Alex. And then I got a new announcement coming, so that's very exciting. Make sure you check out Views from the Sis. This last episode, chapter 3 has been off the walls. I think by the time this comes out tomorrow, we'll have like aggregated 1 million views on just that, on so far on Views from the Sis, and that's between Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, etc. And so that's fucking amazing to have that already 3 weeks in. So keep on sharing it, keep on watching it, man. Thank y'all so much for doing that. It's been amazing to see everybody around the world getting behind it and just really pushing hard, and it's just been so dope, man. So thank you so much for doing that. Keep that up. And I know Kaz got a big announcement.
Yeah,
Kaz got a big announcement.
Yeah, man. Wale Mania, wrestling fans, hip hop fans. If you've been to Wale Mania before, you already know what it is. But it's coming to New York City, April 4th, Sony Hall. We've got Hall of Famer, 2-time Hall of Famer now, guest of honor Booker T as the guest of honor at the show.
Oh, shit.
We got Samoa Joe coming, Bobby Lashley, Leo Rush, West Side Gun, Smoke DZA, G4 Boys, Ade, lots of wrestling, lots of hip-hop, lots of cool people to meet, lots of surprises I can't talk about yet, but it's going to be really fucking fun. If you've been to any of the ones in the past, this is the 5th one we're doing. It's going to be nuts. Please show up. Tickets are on sale at sonyhall.com, everybluemoon.com, ticketmaster.com, on my Instagram page, Twitter, wherever. Yeah, come through.
Also, Kaz going to get Wale on the podcast, he told us.
Yeah, yes, actually he's in town. So
I just said
let's
it.
make this happen. Let's make this happen.
April.
Let's go. Come on, Wale.
I'll put the pressure on him because we got to sell some tickets anyway, so we'll bring Wale over there. It's almost sold out.
Not for the whole podcast because he's depressing. We'll give him like a little. We're gonna give him a little section. Well, we're gonna help him with his depression.
We're gonna talk about sports.
No,
right?
we're gonna bring Sam on and we're gonna have a nice
Sports
little positivity injection.
Yes,
get him to appreciate all the blessings in his life. You know what I mean?
PMA, man.
We gonna make it happen,
He's in
bro.
a good space right now, man. It's WrestleMania season. He's always happy around this time. And the album's about to drop soon.
Don't be attached to outcome. You know what I mean?
Well, hey,
we're gonna get him happy all year long.
The album's great. So.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't even spoken about this yet. I realize we're still in the beginning of the episode. Yes. We're recording this at the end. All right.
We are not professional broadcasters.
And listen, they don't even know about that. They don't even know that joke yet. They don't know this joke yet. Oh my God, we're in the past and the future at the same time. Okay, we're starting the show now. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Flagrant 2, No Easy Buckets, analysis by assholes, water cooler commentary for your soul's needs. I'm Andrew Schulz. I'm here with Akaash Singh, Real Life Cast, Alex Media, and special guest, someone who I can't believe is taking this long to have on the podcast, but I'm a very, very big fan. Yes,
on my podcast.
Yes, Kat. Can I do the intro, fucking Cass? Holy shit!
Sorry,
I'm trying to build this guy up.
I mean, it's pretty built up.
It's about me too. It's my podcast.
It's pretty built up. Like I think we know.
Cass,
they're listening.
Yeah,
I know. Just sit down.
I got your back, dog.
Jesus, you say one thing about Joloff, and all of a sudden this guy wants to fucking pipe in about.
Actually, we'll
talk about that later. Okay, so you just look at your phone for the next 30 seconds so I can introduce our guest properly.
All this talking,
Holy shit. Holy shit, dude.
You could have introduced him with all this talking.
Not only is it the longest stories ever, it's you make intros long as well. Okay, so time out so I can pump our guest, please. Jesus. Somebody, there's just pliers on the fucking on the table. Yeah, sorry, very professional. Okay, I'm a massive fan of our guest today. Massive fan on many levels. Not only his work on Sirius XM Radio, but I would say maybe an even bigger fan of the work ethic that got you where you are. That's what I want to get into definitely later on the podcast. But right now we are here with the host of Jim and Sam in the Morning, Sam Roberts, everybody. Some of you might be wrestling fans here. Kaz, you can begin to explain, but you are also deeply involved in the wrestling world, not only through your wrestling podcast, which is the Not Sam Wrestling
Most
podcast.
people know me as the last professional broadcaster.
The last professional broadcaster, right? A moniker.
That's just to clarify for everybody.
Yeah, this is
They
something
go
he
to the
made up
same-
himself. He made that up himself.
No, he looks incredibly professional.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
So
I've got to work with him in my past.
that's
days.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
while you were writing, you were hosting the pre-shows for all these things. Is that
That's
correct?
right. Yes, for WWE. Yes.
WWE. You guys worked together. How did you feel about Kaz's writing? Was it long-winded? Perhaps.
So technically, I didn't write for
See
him.
how he's answering the fucking question? I asked our guest a question.
Go ahead, Nick.
Well, I mean, the benefit of my position in WWE, because I'm a guest of WWE and an outsider. I'm not a contracted employee or character or superstar or whatever.
Okay.
So I'll get the script for the pre-show and just look for the part where Sam talks, and then whatever words are next to the part where Sam talks, those get ignored. and then
That's
Sam
how I do
talks.
auditions.
Yeah.
Basically how it goes.
Right.
That's why his show's called Not Sam.
And it actually, I mean, at first there were words there, but I mean, it got by the time Kaz came, it was just Sam gives opinion.
Basically,
And
So
when I first get there,
you would just bully through whatever they had written for you.
no, there was nothing written for him.
No. Initially,
in the very beginning, in the very beginning, I think that they didn't quite know.
hold on one second. Alex is fucking things up. What's up?
He needs to switch chairs.
Why?
Oh,
No. Give me the pillow. Give me the pillow. Give me the pillow.
His phone book.
Yeah. We need to get a little booster. There you go.
like
there
an
you go.
apple box or something.
Yeah.
I think I need 2 pillows, be honest.
You might not have 2
That's
pillows.
not gonna do it.
No, that's good. You're up.
Pretty good. That works.
Alex, how I look?
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So,
You in a mood today, buddy.
I'm a good one.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a good mood.
Good mood.
Shut your bitch ass up, you little pussy ass motherfucker. You in a mood. I have no relationship talks with you. Trying to big up my boy Sam.
You
I got
done did that.
Kamikaze pilot over here destroying
Listen,
shit.
I'm trying to provide color, provide context like I usually do.
Doesn't have to be a race thing. Okay. Okay. So initially you're getting these scripts, right?
Yeah.
This is your dream job. We should point out you've been a lifelong wrestling fan.
Yeah. Forever.
Forever.
Right.
You finally get to be in the WWE.
Yeah.
They give you the opportunity.
Yeah.
They write words for you to say, and then you decide that it's in your best interest. Fuck them.
No, not quite. Fuck them. I mean, like the WWE is a massive company, right?
Yeah.
And
a little bit smaller now. We're cooking with gas, baby.
Yeah.
Cooking with gas.
not quite as big.
Just a little-
slightly smaller. It's
Me and Nick on the
slightly.
same side seems like it's gonna get meaner.
We just enable each other.
It's not good.
I
just put my arm on his
Listen,
shoulder.
I did
That's no
notice-
sex no more, man. I can go back.
I did notice I was just there on Sunday, and it was, I'd say, streamlined. A little bit, you know?
Fucking shots fired, bro.
So when I first got there,
It's now.
assholes.
But wait, before I say fuck them,
Yeah.
it's not quite fuck them in the sense that WWE is a big company. Lots of different departments, a lot of like crazy talented people. They figure out what people are good at, and they put them in that department. So if you're a great writer, you're just going to be writing, and there's the people who are producers, and the people who are writers, and the people who are broadcasters. I mean, there's tons of these people. So, I mean, the writers are just going to write.
Right.
But it was the people that I work for that were like, the writers wrote stuff for you. If you don't think you have to worry about it, don't worry about it. And I was like, I don't think I have to worry about
This
it.
is baseline. You at least, if you have nothing to say
It's
this.
there for you.
But
we
you
think-
care about the game. You got shit to say. You came
And
ready.
you got you're seasoned as a broadcaster. Like
I'm the
you
last
can talk.
professional broadcaster.
You're the last professional one.
And a lifelong fan. Like, I would think
Right.
that you could
Who
establish
was
your
the
own
first
opinions.
professional broadcaster, if you would?
I mean, I don't know who the first one. I'm just responsible for the last one.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I know who that is.
I love this.
Howard Cosell.
Yeah. If it starts with Howard Cosell
Professional bro.
and ends with Sam Roberts,
People take it serious.
I mean, who knows? It's like Last Action Hero. Nobody asked who the
Yeah,
first
but
action
it's
hero was.
also like it's not.
Jesus,
the
bro.
last action hero.
Jesus was the first.
He was the first action.
Running on water. That's some actiony shit.
But professional broadcaster is not some shit that people really give a fuck about. It's like being the best badminton
he's understanding
player.
He's
the
on
brand.
it. He's on
understanding
it.
the brand.
There you go.
But
He
there was, I
gets
mean,
it.
Kaz is right about taking it seriously. My first day at WWE, and it's not the first place I've used it.
Yeah.
But the first day at WWE, they were like, "Okay, and what do you want us to plug or whatever?" I'm like, "Well, you should call me the last professional broadcaster when you introduce me." What? Yeah, that's what people. It's just more familiar, you know.
And they went with it. They just went because it sounds logical enough, right? Like it sounds believable.
It's brilliant, dude.
It's not braggadocious. The first
No,
time you said
no.
it to me, I was like, "Oh, I guess that's what it is." Yeah, who else?
It's
Well, plus,
the
you know-
only.
I literally went, "Who else does that
Yeah.
these days?"
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's the
that's
only
point.
real humble brag I've ever heard. Like that's a very humble brag. Is I'm a professional broadcaster.
No, I started last professional broadcaster when I started looking. I mean, this was like years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the landscape.
Yeah.
And I'm going, God damn, all these comics are doing these podcasts. Like you're looking down the podcast charts, and it's like it's the goddamn comedians.
Yep.
Serious. Who are they hiring? Actors and celebrities and stuff.
right.
I'm like nobody. And I go, what do I have to start stand up so that I can be a radio guy? Like I don't care about stand up. I'm like, I'm not going to start stand up without caring about it. That's completely
Yeah.
disrespectful to the
Right.
craft, right?
Yeah.
So I go, no. I need to act like there's room for one more.
Right.
Own the shit out of it. And act like it's this big title. And
Yeah.
guess what? I'm the last professional broadcaster.
I don't know another one. I
Are
honestly
you?
don't know another one because you're right. Everybody's either a comic or an actor or something like that. That's right. Ricky Gervais has a fucking
He's got a radio
serious
show.
radio show.
But he's also he's a comedian.
Right.
Well, great comedian is not. So
Well, he
bad.
took away great.
Okay.
He just
I say
he's
great.
also- You
I
said
like Ricky.
Take it back away.
he think he's a great
Gervais is
stand-up.
Comedic mind, great comedic mind.
Yeah.
Not a great
There we go.
stand-up.
Girl, okay, I guess.
Yeah, stand-up's a very specific thing. I will say this. I
It's
was
like broadcasting.
Professional broadcasting.
Professional
You're talking,
broadcaster.
It's not
you're
amateur
talking to the last
broadcast.
professional stand-up.
No, that's right. No, you're right. You're right.
So the other day I go on Jim and Sam in the morning, which is Jim Norton, Sam Roberts, your guys' show, absolutely hilarious. And I had and I've said this to you, and I've said this to people online. I had the most fun I've ever had in radio. There was a 3-minute block of it.
Hog ties.
Gosh, yes.
This was when we were talking about R. Kelly, and it was a radio magic moment that it was unfucking real because there are 4 comics in there. It was Verzi, me, Roberts. Now, you're not a stand-up comic, but I think that you've been around comic stuff. Your
Understand
brain
the
puts it
comic
together.
mentality.
Yes.
It's like a white Charlemagne.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I'll
take that.
I actually have another metaphor for you. I think Joe Budden is the hip hop version of you.
Okay.
Let me tell you,
I can see where you're going, but
just because of the online hustle and because of how you built it independently, and then other structures have come on and been a part of it.
Right. Okay.
Right? Like everything you've built started with yourself online. Now
Yeah,
Sirius XM comes on board. Right? Now
Yeah.
wrestling comes on board.
Yeah.
But all the while you've maintained your online presence.
Not Sam.
Not Sam.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So, and you've been doing
Okay.
this a long time. So
Yeah, forever.
Okay, so we're on there. It was the most fun I've ever had in radio. The most fun 3-minute block I've ever had in radio, and
I
it
saw
was
it. It was great.
fucking pinball. It's up on your YouTube. You also gave me the clip. It's up on mine, but I'm gonna tell people to go check it out on yours because it's your content.
And we got the whole segment.
You can watch the whole hour, or you can watch the first 3 minutes. The 3-minute clips. It's fucking comedic pinball. It is
Yeah.
one another.
Dude,
boom,
Norton
boom,
had some fucking bangers.
Oh, dude. I mean,
Just
take it away.
waiting in the cut. And I always know,
Yeah, that
like,
impressed me.
Dude,
Jim is so
like
good.
a rapist. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna walk out of the alley. I'm gonna chill here. And he just when he did the fucking
it's no rush.
no
No
rush.
rush. Like, let it happen. Let the jokes happen. I'm not worried about it.
He just
and
let
then,
the game come to
boom,
him,
one hit him.
and-
And it was like, it's like we're going and we're like, hog tie this, hog tie that. It's all off of the R. Kelly interview that Gayle King did. And he said, his quote was something to I'll paraphrase what Robert said. It was something to the effect of, they said I hog tie girls.
I don't know how to
hog tie. He goes, I don't know how to hog tie people. Which implies he might know how to do it to hogs, and you could probably translate that information to human beings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just start going joke, song lyrics this, song lyrics that, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And then Jim just comes in at the end. He's like, what if he just whipped his dick out and started pissing?
No,
on
Verzi
girls?
goes, what if?
Oh, yeah.
Verzi goes, what if he just whipped his dick out and started pissing on her right now? And we start dying. Now, what's interesting is, if we're going to really open it up, Jim was ready to go before that line. So Jim, before Verzi says
right?
that, yeah. So
I
before
always see
Verzi
it.
saw that, he goes, she was relentless, just relentless.
Yeah.
And then he picks up the paper, and then Verzi comes in. What if he just pulled his cock out and started peeing on her? And then we all fell out, and then Jim back in the cut. Right? Jim back in the cut. The lab goes there. It was just relentless. She's just staring there. And then, what was the line?
And then Jim said, yeah, and you're just looking at her, and you just see the piss rolling down her paper as she's asking questions. And she keeps asking.
It just keeps on asking. And then you go, just create a nice little cone. A little cone, the pee's dripping. And then Jim goes, yeah, she's just getting pissed on it. He goes, anyway, Robert. The paper move, bro. It was fucking unbelievable. So go check it out. You guys got to check out their shit. But I'm so happy that you're finally in here with us.
You didn't
man.
like Kaz talk about writing for me, though.
Sorry. Go on.
There wasn't much to say.
Did you ever have to write for Sam?
It was different. So like when you first
He had to
started
bump me
over there,
once.
I did have to bump.
Whoa! What do you mean?
Yeah, he was like saying
Physically, or you're not on the show, bump?
No. He didn't. I didn't bump for him.
Yeah.
He bumped me off the show.
Yeah, by accident.
He was like, "We got something."
So we
for
had
you.
something written for him. Where so I think it was Lashley and Leo Rush, right?
Are we about to find out why Kaz got fired?
No,
I
it wasn't.
complained.
Is it Sam?
Yeah, I complained.
Did Sam?
No last professional broadcaster.
How fucking dare you,
I
bro?
did.
You acting like professional broadcasters grow on trees.
Yeah.
First off,
It's war.
you assholes.
It's a precious commodity.
You assholes just listen to him say there's a million people working there. There's nobody bumping him out of
Yeah,
anywhere.
but there's only one broadcasting
The black guy is
professional.
Why doesn't he get it?
bumping
Why doesn't he
him
get it,
on the
Akaash?
fucking show.
I don't understand.
Kaz, a black guy at the WWE, if anybody should know about being the only one of something.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
before I was so rudely interrupted,
Yeah.
it was a Lashley and Leo Rush thing, right?
I didn't
Yeah.
like so rude.
Supposed to be
I didn't like that
I
either.
did.
That shit bothered me. I almost took off my hoodie.
do something.
Alex, throw some lotion. I will whip
but it
out
was-
some Ghanaian
supposed
jollof
to
right
be-
now, bro.
My mom still wants to see you about
She
that,
wants to
by the way.
smoke.
She was upset.
Mom wants
She's
to-
very upset.
All I know is I found out exactly how many Ghanaian fans I have. Because they're all in my Twitter like, yo, Schulz knows the truth. This guy is cultured.
That shit is real, bro.
That's fighting words?
Real shit. Like if you say somebody shit ain't cooking, then it's what?
Hold on, is that a Nigeria jersey?
It actually is. Yeah.
That's how you know you were taking some hits.
Yeah.
That's how you know you took hits when he
Did
said
that on
that.
purpose. Ain't no accident.
What was the other country you said had better jollof? The French joint?
Senegal.
Senegal, right?
Fire jollof.
Now you had to come out with the Nigeria. Okay, I see you.
First off, it's beautiful out today, so I'm like, ooh, short sleeves. Banging that out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was supposed to do a man on the street thing.
Yeah.
With two wrestlers at Staples Center.
Put his ass out on the street for sure.
Yeah, basically.
Damn,
And then it was all set to go. And as with most things with live TV, like you get some shit get added, some shit gets cut. So cancel. Hey man, sorry. Your segment got cut from the live show.
How'd you feel about that?
I mean, I knew Kaz did it.
I was like,
I
Sam
saw it in his eyes.
Wait, hold on. Why did you have to bump him? Was because you wrote too much other shit and didn't have time?
Yeah.
It's just too long, whatever you
Cut
wrote.
the fat!
Yeah. He's like, enough.
It's a live
enough
show.
screen time, he said.
It's
enough.
a live show.
Wow,
A lot of
bro.
times,
Wow.
we're under
Wow.
the gun, especially for the pre-show. We have to hit our marks.
There's a lot of stuff in the
A
pre-show.
lot of shit goes on.
But there was also a vibe of like, enough shine on Sam. I need to make sure that Sam, Mr. On-Air Last Professional Broadcaster,
Make sure he knew his
understands
place, yo.
that Kaz has a little power himself. That's the vibe that I
May
got.
I just interject and throw something out here? Now, if I was a writer for the WWE and I was taking all this time to write things for all the people that were speaking on the WWE, and I knew that there was one person at the WWE, Akaash, that no matter what was written after their name, they weren't going to say it.
Don't care.
That's a good point.
Would that be the person I cut?
Point.
It's a good
That
point.
could
That be the person
Could be
I
sabotage.
It could be sabotage.
Right.
You know who pronounces it like that? Senegalese people.
So you're saying
No, they don't pronounce it like that at all.
Yeah, they speak French, don't they? They don't speak French? I don't know.
You're saying
Senegal is in French? Yeah,
if there's
Terrible.
yeah.
if you don't want to read what's written for you, what if there was nothing written for you? What would you read then? And that's the lesson that Kaz was trying to teach me.
Basically.
In that moment.
Yeah.
You think so?
Wow.
When
This is all a likely story.
when the cat's out to play, the mice play, or what?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's right.
what does that even mean?
I'm not a professional broadcaster. I don't know exactly how to say that, okay? This
Right.
is amateur podcasting. I'm sure you would know exactly how that
I know
quote goes.
exactly. I know what you're saying.
Well, what is it?
When the cats are away, the mice will play.
See what a fuck!
Yeah.
God! This guy's professional, bro.
God damn.
Oh, gosh, I don't know what to do.
I know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated.
I'm in awe.
Don't worry about
I'm
it,
in
guys.
awe.
I got you guys.
Shock it
Wow!
out.
I'm just-
God, but
see how
I
he would
was-
have
I wasn't
mopped up
there
your
for you.
mess if you just gave him
I
an
wasn't there
opportunity.
for you when the Bianca shit. What
Kaz would have wrote, if the cat isn't in the vicinity,
So here's what happened though. Here's what happened though, right? When
At
Sam caught the
times, when the
smoke,
cat is furthest away from the mice, there are mice that will potentially play games for fun
because mice do
purposes.
enjoy playing.
They enjoy the play, just not when the cat is close
Not quite as much as they
Very
enjoy
long-winded.
cheese.
Absolutely.
Exactly. There's a
Anyway,
cheese
very long.
element here.
All right, so
Yeah,
here's
yeah.
the-
Not a lot of word economy.
No,
we were talking about before we went on the air, though.
Yeah.
We talking about
The
before we went on
Bernie
air.
Sanders of word economy.
We let the last professional broadcaster say what he had to say,
Okay.
and then he said something about a young black woman wrestler.
Whoa.
That
I mean, I said something about an NXT superstar.
yeah, she's an NXT superstar.
That also
right?
happens to
Has to be
be.
a young black woman. It was her
Didn't
first
even
time-
think of it. Didn't
was
occur
her
to me.
first
You don't
time
see
get-
color,
but
bro.
no.
You're professional.
But listen, so
Yeah.
it got hot for him.
Okay, what happened? What happened? What'd you say? What'd you say?
Can we? You go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I said it. Right? It's not like behind the scenes information. I
go.
said that one of the superstars. You know, NXT puts on takeover shows about 5 times a year.
Yeah.
They're only 2 hours long. WWE, for context, puts on 12 to 14 pay-per-views a year that range from like 4 to sometimes like
Or sometimes
7
6
hours. Yeah.
Like WrestleMania is gonna be 6 hours.
Right. So
Can I
like
say something real quick?
yeah.
You sound like a professional.
Thank you very
broadcaster.
much.
It's unreal.
It's fucking
uncanny.
crazy, dog.
It's
I'm not
uncanny.
even lying.
I appreciate that.
I was really feeling that.
It's like every
You were
word he
locked
says.
in.
I was locked the fuck in.
You just
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's communication.
That's
you
good.
got it. You
That's
just got
good.
it.
I appreciate that very much.
No, you got it.
But so what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of hours.
NXT is a different organization
NXT
from WWE.
is a WWE brand, but it is. I mean, at
Think of
one
as
point
like
it was the
G
farm
League.
system. NBA,
for
for
G
lack
League.
of a better term, the G League.
Right,
of
but a little bit
WWE.
more hype
Yeah,
than G
yeah,
League.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Very, very hot brand though right now.
Yeah.
However, as I said, you're talking 5 shows a year, 2 hours a show. That's about 10 hours of content.
Okay.
If you're talking 14 shows
different
with
game.
an average of
60
hours, and
hours.
hours,
60 hours.
60 hours plus
Minimum, yeah.
60 hours plus. So the spots on NXT TakeOver limited.
Yes.
And as an NXT fan, which is one of the reasons why I'm on the panel, among others,
Yeah.
I'm sitting
I
here.
can think of maybe one other reason why.
Last professional broadcaster.
He's so good.
Fucking
good. He's so good. He's so good.
That was what it was.
Okay.
But I'm sitting here going like I feel possessive over those spots. These takeover shows are the best shows in wrestling. That's my position.
Okay.
And I'm sitting here going and the reason they're the best shows in wrestling is because every single match has a place on the card. Every single
filler.
match. It
It's-
just builds
right.
and builds
it's
and
more
builds.
action, like how the WWE shows are much more show and spectacle.
Right.
Like NXT
Interesting.
is-
They cut out the fat.
Let me fucking talk. The NXT shows
put
are
them on
much.
the same side
NXT shows are much more action packed.
Right.
They're very low in time. They're 2 hours long.
Tight.
Very intense.
Right.
Like even the crowds themselves are a little bit more intense than the regular WWE shows.
Because these are the hardcore wrestling
hardcores,
fans.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I went on the kickoff show to one of these NXT shows
Yes.
and said that the women's championship match on that show, the quote that really got everybody fired up, I said, this is a waste of a match. this shouldn't be on Takeover. Blah 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 blah.
Really?
Let
Why?
me provide context.
Please.
Right?
Yeah.
The current NXT,
Because so
NXT
far,
Women's Champion
totally makes sense. And I know nothing about
I'm confused.
it. Yeah.
You're confused.
I have no idea how that's controversial.
You say makes sense. You say
Seems like a very valid opinion.
Yeah.
So
If we wanted to watch British Bake Off, we'd watch it.
that's right.
That's a cooking reference.
It is.
understand.
It's okay. Go on.
And so to provide context, the women's champion at the time is like Ronda Rousey's homegirl, the
Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades.
Yeah, real badass former UFC fighter. All
The best.
Awesome chick, right? She was going against, I guess you would call it like kind of a younger up-and-comer.
Certainly, Bianca Belair, unproven in my opinion.
Wildly popular and talented. Also happens to be a young black woman.
And by the way, I said she was talented.
Yes,
And I
absolutely.
said at some point she could be champion.
Yes.
But I said we all know she's not winning the title tonight. We know she's not winning the title tonight. To go into a takeover title match where everybody watching, we know she's not winning, makes it a waste of a match.
And it got hot for him.
Just saying that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Well, we don't. These are controversial opinions that, like, on WWE TV to hype up this pay-per-view.
A lot of time, like you don't usually say, like, even I like look up, I was like, bro, is he supposed to say that shit? Like, because it's usually supposed to be like, if you're previewing the match, it's like, oh, you don't know who's gonna win, it's gonna be this.
We're
like,
selling.
You're doing everything to sell the match, like, and him saying, oh, this is a waste of a match because this person.
So
isn't
it got
gonna
hot
win.
for you from the bosses or the public?
From the public.
Yeah, I mean,
Why did you sell it in that way? Just out of curiosity.
Go ahead.
I got to a place where they were, I'd been there for a certain amount of time, and they were like, "We want you to give your opinion," and I was like, "All right, enough." Then
I can co-sign. The thing backstage was let the on-air talent,
especially
like,
the outsider,
controversial.
He's the last professional broadcaster.
Last professional broadcaster.
Give them a leash. Like, let them.
You're
go
not a
out there.
WWE guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't work for WWE.
Right.
You come in as a guest and do these kickoff shows. Just what do you think? Not sell. What do you think? And I said
Because they know everybody else is bought. Meaning they know everybody else is part of the organization, so they're going to say what promotes the organization.
Well, what's the difference between me and somebody who works for WWE? It would be having an opinion that
would go
is
against
an
the grain.
outsider's opinion.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And
they got exactly what they wanted in a way because your opinion
but by the way,
caused a stir.
Even people backstage, like Kaz just said.
Yeah.
I mean, when I just jumped on TV and said that, a lot of people are not happy. They're going, "What the fuck is he doing?
Right.
Like, who? First of all, who is he to do that?
Right. Well,
And I told him.
Yeah.
Last professional broadcaster, actually.
Okay.
I mean, a lot
Once I
of
saw
people.
that happen, I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna.
But did they get it?
Man,
you
who
brought up
Kaz would have got fired first.
So you brought up the but you brought up the race of the chick. Was that
I did not bring up the
No,
race.
you brought up the race of the chick.
I just
Kaz.
just optic wise, I knew it was gonna be bad for him. Because it was like, because she had never gotten a title match before. She'd never even been on a takeover before that, right?
No,
That was
definitely
her
not.
first- That was like her first pay-per-view match. So like for him to go at her like that, I knew optic wise it was gonna be rough, and it was.
And that's fine. I mean, it's I don't. I don't care.
Mark Henry, like
Mark
stepped to you
Henry,
a little bit.
the world's strongest man. Well, but then he also the world's strongest man,
legitimately the world's strongest man.
Mark
Won the
Henry.
Olympics, weightlifting, all that.
From Dallas.
Yeah,
Salisbury,
Texas. Salisbury.
that's right. But it's close to Dallas.
Close
It's
enough.
close.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
He said that I owed her an apology. Blah blah blah. I was like, not going to happen.
But why?
Because there's I think that some people think that when I go into their house, there's a respect that is owed to the performers.
Yes.
But I'm there to give opinions. So I'm not disrespecting people. I'm saying
But do you think that it's because of the racial element? If it was a young white girl that was doing it instead?
Well, there was some, not for Mark Henry, because Mark Henry came out later and he was like, hey, I've been reading some of this stuff on Twitter. It's not about that.
Right.
Like, and by the way, I know Sam, and this has nothing to do with that. It's not even in Sam's, it's not in Sam's character.
Yeah.
But there was a subsect of Twitter that
You wouldn't say that if it was a young white wrestler or some shit like
right.
that. There was
Which,
a lot
by
of
the
that
way,
going on.
if you look at my history, because they invited,
absolutely would say
right,
that.
they invited me back after, which I didn't know if they were going to, because I was like, all right, we're gonna give opinions now,
Right.
And they did actually end up inviting me back, and I was like, well,
He was on last night.
And I was on last night, and I was like, well, we're going to keep going with this then. And
Now,
I'm just gonna...
I was watching a little bit last night where you said that black people don't have a place in wrestling.
That's that.
No.
I think that might have been something else.
No. And it was,
I don't know what you were watching.
Because I
There
don't...
might be another guy named Sam.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't the last professional broadcaster. That's kind of why
I thought there was a lack of professionalism in it myself when I was watching it,
That
but
may
it
have
was what it
been-
was. Yeah. Entertaining.
That's
It was
the other
entertaining.
YouTube hole you go down.
Gotcha.
That was something
Okay,
else.
yes.
I think in that context, it was actually something else.
Okay.
Because I don't remember specifically those words coming out of my mouth.
Maybe I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
It could have been paraphrasing, something like that.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I think you saw was a photo of me.
Right.
And then you just said, I wonder what he's saying, and you just made up some words.
I could have swear it was something about like they're moving in the neighborhood. You said,
no, I
you
don't
said
think-
something like
just-
why do they keep moving in the neighborhood? Like,
It
and you
wouldn't
said
have-
it like that, like even
don't-
with that accent.
I know,
That's what I thought was weird.
I
Because
mean,
you
you're
don't
right,
even have that
I don't have
accent.
that
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like very do the right thing. Like it just, yeah.
Right, like a pizza guy.
Yeah, you're almost
I
like-
see.
yeah, yeah,
I see.
something like-
No.
When I
I
used
think
to come into TV, you
might
might
have
have
been-
turn my music down, even though I had headphones.
See, that makes sense.
This happens all the time.
I understand like where we're going with this, like why it came from that.
I'm
There
worried.
we go.
I'm
yeah.
worried.
Watch my place, boys.
Yeah. It was odd. Yeah, it was odd. It was.
I'm
yeah.
worried that you guys might have been watching Do the Right Thing and then just simply attributing it to me.
Dude, I don't know.
Which doesn't seem fair.
Bro, it was an odd chain. Like it was just
'Cause-
odd.
Yeah, I mean, we've had
Surprised,
lots of...
damn, I thought.
Yeah, we know each other. Like,
Yeah, we do know each other, and
Yeah.
and I'm just sitting there, and it like you're like get your own pizza. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just a weird thing, like to be on a wrestling show and be trying to tell pizza or whatever.
are you
It's just
like?
yeah.
Are you 100% positive you were
Kaz
watching?
Radio Raheem was crazy.
Bro, that was
I came into the
peculiar.
locker room and was like, how come there no black wrestlers on the wall? And
Right.
It was like, then he got really tight.
Yeah.
with that, and then-
Which is weird because what would Kaz have been doing in the locker room yesterday?
All
You know, I don't think.
right, maybe it wasn't you, bro. Maybe it wasn't
Maybe
you.
it was a different thing.
That makes more sense when you think about it.
That's not how I think
Might have
about
just
it.
put that
You're
together ourselves. Look at that. That's what happens when you're not a professional, guys. I mean, you get shit wrong. You know, it is
Might have been Do the Right Thing after all. Might have been the movie. Might have
Probably
been
do the right
movie.
thing. Yeah.
Let's check on that.
Yeah.
Bring up the clip, Al. Okay.
But, by the way, I've since voiced my opinion about other superstars and matches on different pay-per-views since the NXT TakeOver thing.
Right.
And people get very upset about those too.
That's good.
Well,
Like,
good.
if I'm back there and I'm not even knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
I think the boss man sees that and is like, yeah, more of that shit.
Yes.
Like piss people off.
I don't know.
Like,
But you're
that's just me
operating.
guessing.
You're operating
But I'm not
from
doing-
a
I'm-
place
yeah.
of you're operating from a place of no fear, right?
Yeah.
Which is good. This is very important because you're not attached to the outcome, right?
No.
You can live in your worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Right? You
Yes.
can live comfortably if they take away WWE or NXT from you.
Yeah.
And
I don't want that.
you don't want that. And we've had conversations about this before because Sam and I will have our little, powwows.
Yeah.
We'll have our little powwows. We talk about the biz. I think we're on very similar trajectories in different fields, but we're going through similar things. So it's cool to hear feedback from both of us about what's going on. And one of those things is like learning to live with your worst case scenario and not being attached to the outcome, right? If, like I used to in my career, like find joy in only the outcome, right? I'm happy if I sell a show, or I'm happy if I get the audition. I'm happy, or if I get the job from the audition, right? I'm happy if I kill, right? And I've transitioned that by force, not by choice, but to falling in love with the creation.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And when you love the creation, anything that comes after that is overwhelming gratitude.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yes.
You are happy with, it's like you have a child. I don't know what it's like, but I can imagine it's similar, which is like, I created this fucking baby. And then the baby goes, I love you, Dad. You're like, what?
I was good before.
Right? It's like
Like when you were just like looking around, I was like, "This is it. It doesn't get
I
any
made
better."
that look around thing.
Yeah.
And then they do anything. So it's like, and again, the only reason I was put in that situation was because everybody said no, right? So I was forced to just realize what I truly love, which is the creation. But if you can get there in the biz, it shifts everything about it, man. And you get to be put in a situation where you go, well, I don't care. I'll say that because at the end of the day, I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about wrestling. I could do this here, or I could do this in the basement of my home up in Westchester.
Right, and I think the key is that at this point for me, and you're in the same boat. I mean, I've spent all these years with nobody paying attention to me. Now people are paying attention to me. I'm not going to not be Sam.
Yes.
Like that, we're in too deep. Like
Yes.
the only thing I can do.
Yes.
Is give you the last professional broadcaster.
That's it.
and if you know
it works. It's like I got in this almost argument kind of with my mom, right? Because my mom, she's going through a little tough time, a little sad or something like that, and I was trying to like maybe talk about her and say some things that might not tell her, but maybe show some things that might get her out of it. And she's so stubborn, my mom, and I started to realize why. She's stubborn because it worked. Like she comes from like poor, nothing Scottish background, comes to America, makes money, buys a home, buys another home. Like the idea that somebody could do that, coming where she's from, and then accomplishing it, it's like, why would you listen to anyone?
Right.
Right? Like,
yeah, you kind of need to have that
you,
like audacity of like being, I could fail, but fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's like Kyrie. It's like, I get why Kyrie has this attitude. The stubbornness to get him to the NBA.
Some people call it irrational confidence.
The irrational confidence, yeah.
I just think it's just audacity. Like some
or
people
audacity.
just need to have the audacity to be great.
The audacity of hope. There's the Obama book, but it's like, but so I understood it, and it's one of these things that I try to like articulate even to like the people that are working with me, agents, etc. It's like, I'm going to be hard to deal with, but I know where we're going, and you might not know where we're going. But I know exactly where we're going in the path to get there. And if you just follow this and work with me, we're going to get there. And if you fight me, we're still going to get there. It's just I'm going to have to drag you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We're going to the same place.
We're going to the same place.
Yeah, there's one road.
One road.
Yeah, I mean, I just got an agent to help with the last serious negotiation. And it was literally the first time there's ever even been a person. Like there's never been a team.
Yeah.
And like I'm still at this point, like they're calling me and being like, you could tell us when you're doing stuff, we can help. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Like that would be good. Yeah, sure.
When we did the tour in Europe, right? The specials coming out from when we were in Europe, Alex and I, my old manager's assistant booked all our flights and hotels. And I was overwhelmed with gratitude. Because I didn't realize that that's his job.
Right. Like, you're doing me this great favor.
I called him personally, and I was like, hey, man, I just want to say that means so much that you would do that, man, and take some time out of your day to do that. And, like, it was really helpful for us because I had all these other things. And he was like, oh, no, that's why you give us 10% is so that I can book all your flights. And I was like, what? I was like, well, why haven't you been doing this whole fucking time? Like, So when you operate by yourself, the first initial reaction of help.
Holy shit!
So,
I mean, it's the same thing. When I first got to WWE, I had to kind of break myself of like just pure gratitude and strictly gratitude. Because like after the first night, like I was texting the guy that got me there, and I was like, "Hey, man, like thank you so much for doing this."
Yes.
And he was like, "You're here because of you."
Yes.
And I was like, "Yeah." Like, and he wasn't. He was being like, "Dude, like."
You earned
I
this.
appreciate what you're saying, but you've earned this. Like you're here because of you.
But that perception where like you view it as gratitude, that is the best perception. Like not feeling entitled to it.
No, because like I was like, okay, yeah,
joy.
you're right. Like I was like, oh, okay, cool, man. And so now I don't. But in my head, I'm like, thank you so much.
But you'll always be happy because of it, right? Every time you sit in a chair, you'll be like,
oh my god,
I'm fucking sitting in this shit. Like how?
Yeah.
It is a weird shift. It is a weird shift to have, and I've just recently had it, and I figured out where it came from. When I grew up in New York, it is an unnatural and like bad place to grow up in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right? Because every single day,
I love it here.
And I love it, but like it is very hard to believe in altruism when you grow up here because everybody's trying to swindle you. right? Everybody's trying to get over on you. It's like, hey, do you love the environment? You're like, yeah, I love it. It's like, you want to give me some of your money now? Right? Like, do you love gay people? Yeah, you want to give me some of your money? Right? It's everybody's trying to get over on you, right? Even for good causes.
For good. You'll be walking in the train like, hey, come here. You want to donate to the... bro, I'm trying to catch my train.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Do you believe in God? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, I believe
give us some money. Whoa, bro. So it's like, when you have that mentality, I was so fucking cynical. And it's so weird being that cynical. My father was like this fucking angel, man. Like, he would literally just, like, you can't be around my pops for more than 2 minutes without him inviting you to something, right?
Yeah, summer house.
Like, immediately. Akaash, you gotta come. And my mom's just sitting there stewing. Like, I might want to go there without Akaash that weekend. But like, so for whatever reason, it wasn't there. And as I got older and I went to Burning Man, I know it sounds corny, but like, I was forced in a place where there was like raw altruism for like a week. You know, when you're forced to like learn a language because you have to get laid, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like...
That's how I learned Spanish.
Real talk, right?
Yeah, no, I spent a week in DR and I was like...
I gotta figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Or you can learn how to pay.
I mean...
That's how you get laid, usually.
Tourism wasn't that good.
But
had to learn.
But like, I saw people truly giving to give, right? And then I kind of got involved in it. And like, out of nowhere, I was like, holy shit, it makes you feel really good. Giving, you know? Like, prior to that, I was this like empty comedian who was just taking... Let me take some laughs to feel good. Like, me fill the void emotionally by taking.
There's also this thing, like, going back to the business of it, right? And applying that into what we do. And, like, at 35, like, you finally start to see, you know, when you're young, you look at people get these, like, amazing opportunities that you feel so far away from, right?
Yes.
Like, you're going, like, I don't even understand. Like, that person's so far ahead of me, and you watch the way these people are doing business, and you're like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
Like, these are the swindlers that you're talking about that take that mentality and are kind of just like, you're watching them use people.
Yep.
You're watching them be bad people.
Amen.
And, I mean, in my 20s, I made the conscious decision to go, you know what, let me sit back and watch how this plays out.
Right.
Because I think in the long run, that's not the way to go. I think.
It isn't, but you're right.
But you don't know
What gave
that.
you the instinct?
Because I didn't want to do something that didn't feel natural to me. You know what I mean? I was like, this isn't natural. This isn't, I don't want that at that cost.
Your gut will tell you. Your gut will steer you in the right direction. Yeah,
just
you
trust
have to
it,
trust
right?
it. It's
And
scary,
like,
but you have to. Yeah.
Start getting out of your 20s, start getting into the 29, 30, and you start watching all those people fall.
Yes.
And you start watching everybody see. Everybody sees. Eventually, everybody sees. You start watching everybody see what you saw from the beginning. And it takes even longer, but eventually, they all see.
I like the way you put that.
You're a good dude. You've been sitting here the whole time. Like, you're a good dude. Let's do something. And it takes time.
And you know what? You never asked the whole time.
Never asked.
Don't ask.
No.
Just
whatever you need.
Give.
Whatever you need.
They will come. It will come to you.
Whatever you need.
Ask for nothing, you get everything. I promise.
Yeah.
It is the.
But just be.
It's a glitch in the. Dude, it's a glitch in the fucking
Here's
matrix.
what you do.
Bro.
You go like, I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah.
Whatever you need. Hit me like literally whatever you need.
Offer value. You're offering value. How can I help?
Yeah.
And it's a
But
crazy.
it's the same thing I did at Sirius. Same thing I've done in WWE. So everywhere I've ever done anything, it's like whatever you need.
I got a
Great
friend.
when I had to dump him.
Yeah,
whatever you need, man.
All right, that's all good.
I felt bad. I was like, oh
Now-
man, I don't know, forget him. Hey, bro, whatever you need, bro, it's all good. I'm like,
Yeah,
Why-
and then the
why
next
is it
time
all
I saw
good?
you, well, I think this was the next lesson.
but why is it all good, right? Because even being there is icing.
yeah.
So you don't
I'm not-
lose anything.
And I'm not. I think that was the Royal Rumble, right? Or am I wrong?
SummerSlam? No, Survivor Series.
It was Survivor Series, okay,
right.
big pay-per-view Survivor Series. But I sat there, and when he was like, look, we're not going to be able to get you on the pre-show. And I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here in a suit, and I'm not even going to be on this show tonight that I showed up for. But like, it's never been lost on me. I've been there for like almost 2 years now, and every single time I walk into the door, worst case scenario,
You're at the WWE.
you just got a backstage pass to Survivor Series.
Bro.
Like, I mean, like, what's...
We're talking about
So much of it is
gets
just
it.
perspective.
He gets
it's
it.
perspective, but it's this immense gratitude that comes from, and again, it's the joy that you get from creating, not the outcome of the creation.
Yeah.
Right? If you can fall in love with creating, you know where it hit me, Alex? When we did that fucking Dominican what thing?
Oh, really?
The Washington Heights thing. We filmed this thing in the Washington Heights, a Dropping In episode, and I just had so much fucking fun. And I remember turning to you and I go, man, we're the luckiest people on the planet. Yeah. Now, Alex is looking at me like, bro, I got to edit all this. It's going to be fucking hours. But like, it was so much, I got so much joy before anybody even watched it. And that was, I think, the first seed that started to grow. And I was like, oh, fuck, I really love doing these things.
Yeah.
And then when people watch it, and to this day, every like Puerto Rican Dominican I meet in the city that knows me has watched that.
That's dope.
Right? That knows me from the YouTube world or anything. They're like, oh, I really fuck with that thing. That's, like you said, it's like, that's the icing. It's like, holy shit, man.
It's all gravy. Yeah, I mean, I want literally, like this last night.
Yeah.
I walked into, what's it called? The Quicken Loans Arena. They call it the Q. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and as I'm approaching the door, still in my head, holy shit. How did I, like, when are they going to realize what the fuck they're doing? How am I walking in this door right now? Yeah. And everybody, oh, hey, Sam, good to see you, Sam. But like, what?
Yeah.
Dude.
What? And then I'm thinking 2 steps forward. I go like, okay, this is amazing, but I'm only going to get 2 hours of sleep tonight because I got to get on the first flight out of here. To do the morning show with Jim Norton on Sirius? How the fuck did what?
Bro, it's
like, what?
no entitlement, dude. I'm telling you, like, it's one thing to tell yourself not to be entitled, but you won't be entitled when you get filled up emotionally from the creation.
And it's also like, stop hunting the short-term stuff. Like, oh, give me this high, give me this high, give me this high.
How many views did this get?
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. I look at the views, but I'm telling you no bullshit right now. If it doesn't get a lot, it's like, okay. I loved making it.
Just build. Just build something else.
It's great.
Just keep building.
I stopped desiring anything I couldn't control. That changed my life.
That's it.
Anything I could not
Which
control.
is, by the way, every athlete will tell you that. Every great athlete is concentrating only on what they can control. And
I'm going to make the jump shot better. You guys figure out the contract.
If Kaz is going to cut me out of a pre-show, I can't control that. That's Kaz's thing. He doesn't like me. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I can't control that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you can't. Why would you be so...
And by the way, you know, we reap what we sow, don't we?
I didn't cut you. All right.
Well, okay, whatever.
That's what this is called.
This is an interesting thing, and
short on time.
I don't want to like bring it. I don't want to expose too much.
Just you were way up
I
here.
was
And
like,
then,
oh man, I just.
No, I don't want to expose too much. You know, because Kaz, I think, could have some cool stuff happen in the future. And but it's just to tag on to what we were talking about last week. Remember, I was talking about your article, your weekly article, right? You know, for me, the weekly article is the thing you can control.
Yeah.
you see WikiLeaks article?
WikiLeaks article.
Weekly.
You don't know WikiLeaks article?
Bro, he's plugged in, bro. Come on.
You and Roger Stone.
Yeah.
Oh, I was watching that documentary on the way here.
Shout out to Getty Roger Stone. So it's like, for me, I looked at that for you is, that is the thing you can control.
Yeah.
That is something that you can do every single week, and I think that you truly find joy in. Now, it just so happens people like reading them and they like sharing them. Mm-hmm. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But now, hopefully some cool things happen. I don't want to say anything.
It's already happened. Like, even more than what I've told you. Like, another big entity has reached out for something.
See what I'm saying?
And it's just doing shit I would do anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit that I would like.
You will lose all dude, I remember how entitled I was before as a comic.
Came to me.
Of course they come to you. Because
like, it's not
after hearing Sam's story, how could you not want to give him shit?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how could you not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how could you?
We haven't gotten the full story, I don't think, have we?
No, I'm saying like his attitude towards WWE and like just like, how could you not, as someone part of it, how could you not? Whereas there's some young brat that feels entitled to every opportunity, entitled to every time on camera, entitled to every... You're like, I don't want to reward that.
Yeah.
Everything that happened to me as far as like opportunities and things happened when I stopped asking or feeling entitled.
It's a long play, though.
It is a long play, and not everybody's ready for it, and you have to be at a certain stage with your conscious. And the reason... I know we're going to get crazy, and it's going to get out there, but like...
This is good.
People that understand life like this gravitate towards each other.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It is magnetic. There's a reason why we've hung out. Nobody's introduced us. Nobody's forced us to hang out. But we continue bouncing things. And as we both understood ourselves and life and the business, we've been able to articulate it more. But there's a reason I bumped into Duval and why we kept that going, right? There's a reason why, and the people hang out. There's a reason Akaash and I, Kaz, there's a reason why we are doing this, right? I don't know what the fuck I was saying. But no. But there is a reason why these things happen, right? And it's an understanding.
And the difference between what you're describing and what other people could do, which is just try to hang out with as many famous people as possible, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you meet those people all the time. Yeah. And it's like, that's the difference right there.
Oh, I guess, yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like once I stopped doing things and stopped being entitled and literally just started doing things for myself, the world started providing me everything. And
I feel
people
like I tweeted something like that this week. That I like retweeted a lot. It was like once I stopped expecting anything, I started to get everything.
You took a Schulz bar from last episode.
It was because like literally, like
I thought that sounded succinct.
I thought that. I remember saying. Yo, anyone in Kaz's tweets under 140 characters, that's it.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, but no, like, I had literally just got like 2 amazing opportunities like that I didn't ask for, that I couldn't even like pitch to. Like I couldn't even like pitch a company that. They came up to me like, hey, how would you like to do this?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fucking serious? What the fuck? You know, like
it will provide, Kaz.
It's nuts, man, and it sounds really hippie and it sounds really fucking
true.
out there. And but
it's a glitch in the. Have you guys seen Ready Player One?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
First of all, you should. It's a really good movie. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
It's really fucking long.
This is a bad analogy, but I'm not going to ruin anything really for the movie. But in order to do the first thing, accomplish the first thing in the movie, it's a race. Everybody's got to drive their car, and everybody's trying to drive their car, and whoever wins the race ends up getting this key. Nobody ends up winning the race, and they drive every single day, and nobody ends up winning the race. And the kid finds out that in order to win the race, instead of driving forward,
backwards.
Yeah. And
by the way, you have to trust in that instinct, right? Yeah. To be the only one driving backwards.
The only one driving, bro, I'm telling you. I know people think I'm crazy right now saying this, but there are probably some people listening who understand as well. The idea of ask for nothing and receive everything, right? Now, it's not ask for nothing and do nothing. It's ask for nothing.
Oh, do everything.
Everything. With no ego, entitled to nothing.
Right.
I deserve nothing.
Because you're doing it to do it.
You're doing it for the right reason.
That's the thing. You have to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, it's not going to happen. But the universe,
well, you said the results don't matter.
They don't. Who cares? Because I already got the love.
It's not for the results.
It's the baby.
Right.
Did you shoot the hoop and make it? I don't care. I love you. I made you.
Right.
I created you.
Right. That's it.
You treat your job like you treat your kid. The kid is the metaphor for life in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's like that's the win already.
Yeah.
Anything else that happens.
But it's chess.
Go.
Not checkers.
Elaborate.
Meaning, it's the thing that you just have to have faith in. Like, checkers is quick.
Yes.
Checkers is fast. It's simple. It's like, if I do this, that, and this, I'll get that. We're done.
Strategy in terms of planning ahead. You have to plan.
I mean, chess people play those games for weeks.
Yeah.
Just one game.
Yeah.
And you just know that, okay, I'm going to move this here. 10 moves down the road, this is going to pay off. He's not going to see what I'm doing because 10 moves down the road, this is going to pay off.
Yeah.
And you know it is.
Yeah. And everyone around you will tell you that's the wrong move.
Okay.
Literally, everyone around you will tell you it's the wrong move.
All right.
And you have to.
And by the way,
yeah,
never correct anyone. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess, all right. I guess then I'm going to make the wrong move. Okay.
That's another thing I've realized is like, sometimes the greatest gift you can give the people you love the most is letting them fail and learn it themselves. Like sometimes when you know where someone's going, you want to just kind of push them in the right direction and nudge them, but they won't build the resilience.
They won't learn the lesson unless they learn it themselves.
They're also probably not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
That's true also.
Like, the failure's not failure. It's a lesson.
Yeah, it's the greatest. Failure's amazing.
Yeah.
After you get past it. In the moment,
it's
the fucking worst. But after you, I mean,
great that is worse. Yeah.
The
lowest of the low. But it's like
getting rejected from a girl. Like it makes it so much easier the next time. After you get over the heartbreak, you're ready to go. It's when your heart gets broken for the first time.
That's it.
You're like, okay, I survived that.
That's the first. That's the first time I learned the lesson.
Right.
I couldn't get through that.
Right. In the moment, you feel like, oh my God, nobody's ever gone through this. Nobody's ever felt like this. It's like, first off, everyone's felt like this. You're gonna get through it. It's just that right now it feels like shit. And once you get to that moment, though,
and then you're in a relationship for the right reasons after that, because you're going like, I'm not afraid to end this if this isn't right. So the only reason I haven't ended this
because it feels right.
Exactly.
And that's every relationship, including
real mushy.
WWE.
That's everything. It's everything.
Willing
it's
to say this in this moment, and it could risk everything.
Oh my God!
But this will give me joy. I'm saying you.
Oh
in that
yes.
moment
I
with
thought you were gonna say
NXT.
something.
No.
Yeah.
It will give me joy saying it. I'll say it. I could risk everything, but it's okay because I don't even deserve this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
if it ends now,
yeah,
unbelievable. Right.
That's how I treated that place, to be honest.
Right.
Like just getting there, just from where I came from, getting to work and like create something I've watched my entire life growing up.
And you have this incredible insight on it now.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you could have fired me in a week.
Right.
And I'm like, shit, I made it here, bro. Like, and like even now, like fucking Wally Mania in a month.
Right.
Like I have all these talented people that I used to write with and work with. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll fucking come.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do this shit. And it's like now it's like my passions from before I got there is meeting up with my passions there. Yep. And it's like I never
Ken's
you don't
a real
even
Renaissance
fucking see
man.
it.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got money in so many different ways.
I appreciate that. It's one of those things where it's like I never. Like I said before, like you can't pitch it to me. Like it just comes to you eventually.
You'll figure. Yeah.
Fuck.
The one thing that you're going to figure out next is that your success does not have to be defined by which brand is supporting your material.
Oh, I figured that out.
Okay.
I was called WWE
because you need no one.
I was called WWE my last championship. I was like, after I do this, because I felt like that already, like after Bleacher Report.
Right.
But I was like, oh my God, that's WWE's interested? I'm like, all right. After this, like, I wouldn't need to, I don't need anyone to fucking co-sign me.
There we go.
That. Like, this is just something that I didn't even think was possible.
You need no one, and they will come.
Absolutely.
And by the way, I mean, WWE, like, you talk about being around the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount that you learn in a short period of time
It's TV boot camp.
Unbelievable. And the way that company is run, like they're my favorite people to be around.
Facts.
Including my family.
Why is that?
They're not just because I mean just from a work perspective, just because it really is a family, first of all.
Right. Absolutely.
So like there is this sort of even though it's chaotic,
short-term
you're
family.
everywhere together.
Well, I mean,
travel a lot.
Yeah, some people they're adopted late, so it's time to move out already.
Well, if you put it by per appearance,
right?
You know,
yeah, that's true.
There you go.
That's true.
What's that?
He's only at pay-per-views, and I was at every single.
He did. He spent more days than me. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So stop fucking with me.
I'm just saying. But now you're gone, bro. It's like at WWE, Sandra Bullock.
Feel better about it. And I couldn't feel any better about it.
Right.
But because it's a family environment, like there is a support that's going on.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I can't express to you how talented the people are there and how much they get done. Like you have to understand, like this is minimum 5 hours of live TV every week on the fly, not radio.
Yeah.
Not like
it's a 5-hour play every single week.
On television. It's a 5-hour televised play that, by the way, you only perform once and then you got to memorize a new one.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
There's no seasons. It's not like a regular.
Every
I have immense respect for WWE.
There's in terms of every aspect, production. I mean, just in terms of the way that business is run.
Right.
There's literally nothing like it in the world.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It is a beautiful thing. I think that what we have going on over here in Flagrant 2 is a beautiful thing. And as you guys have never asked for anything, I think it's only appropriate that I give you guys something. Alex, can you bring over the gifts?
Is exciting.
Can you bring over the gifts? Bring over the gifts for the squad.
Oh my god!
I know what these are.
Can you bring over the gifts for the squad? Now we got to shout out my man Style with Kicks, I believe is the Instagram.
Yes. This is so fucking dope.
So what happened?
Look at that.
So what happened was
Hell yeah. This is
So he made these kicks, and then he reached out to me, and I was like, dude, I need to get these for the squad because we all deserve our own custom kicks. The Flagrant 2. What are these called?
Those
the
are
Blazers?
the Blazers. Yeah, the Nike
So we got the
Blazers.
Flagrant 2 Nike Blazers, style by style with kicks. And I got everybody a pair. Alex, you got a pair too, right? Eden got a pair. And Sam, when I ordered them, I didn't know you were coming on the podcast.
I mean, I wish you could.
Or I
You could
would've.
have just given these to the guys next week.
No, it's fine.
Because it
Now
makes
because
me
we got
feel,
somebody else next week. Do you know what I mean?
Right. So you just throw. You
I just got to throw you under the bus, man.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? You're happy with your
Well, I'm
life.
not asking.
Yeah.
I'm not. They're really, really nice, but I'm not asking.
You got some expectations right now. You got some expectations.
I mean, I was happy to be here before there were shoes, so I was just like really happy.
For sure, man. For sure, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Star Wars.
Thank you guys.
Dope.
I think you guys are the best, and I could not be happier creating things with you. And I'm looking forward to when we have our first public appearance. Not first, but our next public appearance where we get to rock these shits because these
shit.
shits
For sure.
are fly, man.
And they match perfectly with both hoodies.
Yeah.
Damn
The
right.
red and the black hoodie.
Damn
I got the
right.
red
So get a shot of that, Al. Get this on the
Oh shit. Hold on.
on a thing. I think we got everybody's size, right? I think we got everybody's size. So boom, we got.
Look
it,
at
man.
those.
This
Those
is
are
sexy. That's
they're
a sexy
gorgeous.
little sneaker. You know
They're
what I mean?
gorgeous.
Nice, dog.
Yeah,
Got the F2 on the back.
Exactly. Oh, you see that? Oh, you see that?
that's
Oh, you
very
see that?
nice.
Deportes.
That's right.
Let's get into it.
All right, let's take a break for a second. Got to pay some bills. It's March, okay? It's March. You know what that means. Brackets, first round upsets, the Final Four. March Madness is here, and it's time to bet. And if you're going to bet, you might as well bet with the best at MyBookie. Now, would you rather sit at your office, sit at your desk, sit at your cubicle, or call out sick and binge on NCAA tournament games and eat snacks? We know exactly what you're going to do, all right? Sometimes it feels good to be bad. I really sold that, didn't I? I sold that one. Anyway, if you're looking for a place to get in on the action, you can trust MyBookie. They've been in business for years. They're growing like wildfire. The best part is they pay out fast, okay? So when you call that 12/5 upset, make sure to celebrate, okay? You're going to be looking at a pocket full of cold, hard cash that you're not waiting forever for. All right, March Madness is the most exciting sporting event of the year. We know what that is, okay? We all are aware of it. Even our grandmothers are going to fill out a bracket. Place your bets with MyBookie right now before you miss out. MyBookie will match your deposit with a 50% bonus up to $1,000. Do you even understand what that is? You deposit it, they're matching it with a 50% bonus up to $1,000. As long as you use the promo code FLAGRANT to activate the offer. You play, you win, you get paid. It's only at mybookie.ag. All right? That's Flagrant. The promo code is Flagrant. And you can get there at mybookie.ag. Okay? Good luck, assholes. We believe in you. Let's get back to the show. All right, man. So I think it's time we probably start talking some sports, but I hope some of you guys got some inspiration from that combo. And if you haven't, the seed is inside you, and I promise in the future you will. It's one of those things where, like, I've noticed with this career, like, as I start to understand things more, the events that got me to understand them are more illuminated, right? I go back and I go, oh, that's where I learned that. I didn't know at the time I learned it there.
And apparently, Steve Jobs, before he died, gave a speech at Stanford about how he took some like calligraphy class or some random fucking class.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly, but like he ended up using that to help him make the first like computer.
Yep.
And he said, your life never makes sense going forward. It only makes sense in
going
retrospect. When you look back, you'll say, oh, that little dumbass class that I hated led me to making a MacBook.
I wish he'd taken a class about not using potions and Eastern philosophies to try to cure cancer.
Yeah, dude.
Would have had a couple more gems for us.
Ain't nothing wrong with Eastern medicine, all right?
Clearly.
Listen,
Sam.
you can't downward dog cancer, bro.
Yeah.
All right, let's get talking about some sports, Akaash. What we want to talk about? What are you missing?
You want to start NFL or NBA?
Yo,
A lot of NFL news.
A lot of shit
there's
cracking
so
in both
much.
leagues.
Yeah, there's so much maybe there's one story that we could just bring up real quick because I want to reach out to this guy.
Get it.
It's Dolan banning the fan who told him to sell the team. There's a clip of this.
I love that clip.
Okay, so the clip is, and we don't have to bring it up, Al. We just go into it. But it's like he's walking out with 6 baddies, as he does. Baddies. He's like an incompetent Bruce Wayne. You know what I mean? Like if Bruce Wayne had no physical ability whatsoever, he couldn't kick, punch, no karate, and didn't save anything.
Instead of defeating villains, he defeats winning basketball.
That's what he does. It's really what he does.
Happiness just throughout.
Yeah, just misery. He's what made Gotham that city.
Yeah.
You know how Batman is miserable and then makes everybody else happy? Dolan's the opposite.
Yeah, he's happy and everybody else
The whole
is
city
miserable.
of Gotham
Happy that
is
everyone's
dying.
miserable. He's like the fucking penguin, bro.
So he's the fucking penguin, bro. He is.
The harsh nemesis.
So basically, he's walking out. Some fan goes, "Dolan, sell the team," and then he kind of like mumbles a little bit. What'd you say? You don't have to come here anymore. And then one of his
He's
security
got defensive eyes.
very defensive.
He's got the defensive, glassy, rich guy eyes.
And,
Like, I got to flex some power on you right now because I'm in a bad mood, and you just made it worse, and I don't like that because I'm very rich.
I'm very rich and insecure.
Yes.
I'm rich and insecure, and I'm not the type of person that should yield power.
Right.
Power is not for everybody.
Right.
You have to take power, and the second you get power, you got to give that shit to. You got to use it to provide for all the people. You know, and you'll see people that are good with power, like Rogan is a perfect example. Rogan has been taken immense power. I don't want to say given. Like he earned that fucking power, and he's just propped up the comedy scene in L.A. He does these shows that like. He just will host shows at the Improv, host shows at the store. He doesn't have to do that.
No.
Like we've got a lot of successful comics here in New York. Very few of them are just hosting a show without their benefit.
Right.
They're just not. They're not going. Hey, here are some really funny comics. Let me give them an opportunity.
And Jim Dolan does none of that.
Jim Dolan's doing none of this.
There's two. As a Knicks fan, there's 2 things that scares me about this because it's only one of two. There's only one of 2 scenarios, right? Because no owner does this. One. He's either really feeling himself so much that he's like, yeah, you can come watch it on TV next year. You could get the fuck out of my arena.
Right.
Because next year we're either going to be really good or he's fucking panicking. And he knows he knows the team sucks. He knows they're not
getting anybody.
And we're really just relying on some ping pong balls. And he knows it could go really bad. So he's freaking the fuck out. Especially in the back page of the Post.
Yeah.
There was, I think Bill Simmons had something when he was like, yeah, you know, Dolan's thinking about selling the team, and how everybody just kind of rejoiced, like it was like some surprise.
I remember that story last year. That story leaked, and everybody was so happy on his podcast.
Yeah, and it happened again this year, right after All-Star Weekend. He was like, yeah,
I'm suspicious.
buyers are...
He ain't selling.
Bro, it scares the fuck out of me because I'm like, he knows something. He's freaking out. Like, he's not... No owner is supposed to fucking act like that. James Dolan is a piece of shit for many reasons.
Yeah.
But, like, no owner is that fucking upset about anything else.
Yeah, but not a lot of owners are that incompetent either. There's a few, but not like that.
Yeah, no, he's supremely incompetent.
When do you see
Real quick,
Jeannie
though,
Buss
just-
as fucked up as the Lakers are?
Yeah.
And she's way more visible than
I think Jimmy would kick somebody out. Let that shit go sideways for 10 more years. Somebody's going to say
Jeannie?
something. If Jimmy still ran the team, not Jeannie.
Oh, okay,
Jimmy.
yeah.
Before Jeannie. Jeannie seems smart.
Yeah.
Jimmy, he's Dolan.
Yeah.
West Coast Dolan.
There's a there's a kid who was, I don't know, or guy, I forget his guy's name. I don't even know his name. If any of you guys know his name or know his Twitter, the guy who told Dolan to sell the team.
Yeah.
Send me that. You can be my guest at any Knicks game you want for the rest of this season. Not next season because we're going to be good. But but if you want to watch the Knicks tank for any game for the rest of the season, I got you. I have season tickets, so I would be more than happy to give you them for the rest of the season. Fuck Dolan for doing that. That's a real piece of shit. So if you guys know who it is, horrible.
Man. And it's
horrible.
like, you're a free agent that sees that shit, and you're just like, this is the fucking guy I'm going to go play for?
Real talk.
Really?
Do they really care?
I don't
Yes,
think
because
care,
they could play on any team. It's not like it's one game in town, right? It's I could play for the Clippers or I could play for the Knicks.
The fucking Nets, bro. Like, the Nets look really fucking attractive.
Even better, if you like New York, play for the Nets. Like, live in Long Island and drive to work. Like,
get all the fanfare and the happiness with none of the pressure of being a New York Knick. Go play for the Brooklyn Nets.
Let me tell you something. Jay-Z, this motherfucker was instrumental in bringing the Nets to Brooklyn, right? Mm-hmm. What a move.
Yeah.
Because if the Nets are good, it's like, yo, that's kind of dope. You could go to the Brooklyn Nets. If the Nets were good in Jersey, Ain't nobody want to go play in fucking Jersey.
Like, we had to trade for Vince Carter. Like, he didn't come here willingly.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think they traded for Jason Kidd.
They traded for Jason Kidd. Yeah, for Marbury.
And no free agent wants to go to fucking Jersey. I'm sorry, Newark sucks.
So weird because
I live in Jersey. It's trash.
But what the weirdest thing about that is you're 100% right, and then all these ball players end up living in Jersey.
That's true.
Isn't that weird? Like,
that's a good point.
Like, they're like, I don't want to play in
from
Jersey, but I'll live there. Like, it's the same drive. You either drive to the city or you drive to fucking the arena in Jersey. I don't even know where
we
it
were
is.
just talking about it, though. Like, living in New York, especially you're raising kids and shit, it's not the...
Do you think that's
why they don't?
Do you think the max guys, though, the free agents, I think KD's going to live in New York. I don't think he's going to live in Jersey.
How can they? Like, my feeling is, with living in New York, how can you be KD in the city? That's impossible. You can't walk out your building.
I think he can. I think he...
How?
In a weird way, I think he wants that.
I think he kind of wants
I think he wants that for some weird... Like, he wants to be the focal... As fucked up as the Lakers season is, in a weird fucking way, I think KD would still trade places with LeBron. Like, this motherfucker... This dude is not even going to sniff the playoffs this year, and he's still the talk of the fucking league. Right?
So you think KD is attached to outcome? He's not finding joy in what he's doing.
It. Remember that fucking magazine cover when he was like, "Oh, I was ranked second in high school. I was a second overall pick.
Yeah.
I'm not even the fucking."
He's a chip on the shoulder guy.
Yeah, like he wants to feel like the fucking man, and I think he would embrace that shit in New York. Maybe not for the Knicks.
So Sam,
but I feel like he would embrace that.
When you see not only like an athlete or like even a big comic or something like that, but you see them having the chip on the shoulder, right? Is there a part of you that wants to like help them? Is there a part of you that wants to like get them to understand that the chip doesn't have to be there? That
no,
not at all. Like you don't look at them, but you don't look at them and feel bad in a way.
I want to like poke it.
Talk to me.
Like I want when I see somebody that has that like when I like even Dolan, like when I see him going after a fan in the audience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a giant celebrity just arguing back and forth with one random dude on Twitter. Like, what are you doing? This isn't a back and forth here. We're not. There's levels. You know what I mean? This doesn't make any sense.
It's a Nicki Minaj shit.
I know.
And I was like,
I know.
No, you're a sick person. Like you're going back and forth.
But it's at massive insecurity, right? It's
but yeah, I mean, when I see somebody with that kind of chip on their shoulder, like you're talking about,
yeah.
I want to see how far they'll go. Like I'm fascinated by it. The craziness. When I see craziness, unless it's somebody that
you care about,
unless it's one of the, by the way, small handful of people that I care about.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, we're going crazy then. Let's see how far this craziness is going to go. I'm not here to save the world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm here to make sure that my people are all okay.
Right.
But once me and my people are fine, let's see how fucking nuts we can make everybody.
It is a form of craziness.
I was thinking the same shit. I tweeted something this week. I was like, yo, I kind of want R. Kelly to be free for a couple more weeks.
I want more interviews.
I just got to see how far the crazy goes. Like,
wait, who's the crazy?
No,
in this
R.
situation,
Kelly.
R. Kelly.
Like, I want to see I want to see him do more interviews. I want to see him on the Breakfast Club. I want to bring him here.
Right.
Like, I'm like, yo, I'm like, let him be free for like 2
Let's put him back on tour. I want to see what's he going to say on stage. He's already asking Ethiopian women if they have their passports and if they have their shots. And this is before he's all this. Like, what the hell is he going to say on stage if he's touring?
No, the hog tie shit took me the fuck out because I'm just like,
I don't want to help these people.
He has a point. Why would he hog tie? I want to know how deep that rabbit hole
is. It is crazy to consider. It is. I've never thought of it as crazy, but when you see somebody who has a max contract, is doing the exact thing that they love, making millions of dollars, can provide for themselves, their family, can literally change the world of all the people around them, and probably has probably given back to their community, and lives in America at the end of the day. To see them unhappy or still attached to some outcome, it is a form of insanity.
It's crazy.
It is fucking crazy.
But that starts from the beginning. Like, you screwed up at the beginning.
Yes.
And that carries with you. You didn't start right, and then something twisted.
There was like some weird
real quick.
story with KD,
the issue is this, right? Is there is a fuel
weird stories
to
of
that. So he's made some horrible decisions.
Hey!
So you have a situation with KD, right? You have a situation with KD where he's attached to this fucking outcome, right?
Yeah.
And he literally can't be happy, but he doesn't even realize why he can't.
Yeah. That story that came out when he was like, he was legitimately shocked that like when he went to the Warriors and won those titles, he thought everyone would love him. He thought he was the top guy. And the fact
Is
that
he a fucking idiot?
I mean, that's the shit that
Crazy.
That's the shit that
Do you see what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
it's a form of insanity, but it can
That
be
shit that made him
used.
flip out
Like
in the press
Jordan,
conference.
for example, had this same craziness, and that's the thing that people get wrong in a lot of ways about life. Is like this fuel can you be used for success, and you will get immense success within the success matrix that we operate in, but it won't be happiness.
Right. No, I mean,
It
look,
won't be.
I think
Does that make sense?
100%.
absolutely.
I think that people need
Jordan is super
need-
successful, not super happy.
Yes. Right? So it's like oftentimes we conflate the two.
I bet
Of course.
fucking JJ Barea or somebody, just some random role
Not
player.
Sam.
Not Sam.
Sam Roberts is happier than Jordan.
I bet
and
I
he
am.
wears all of Jordan's sneakers.
That's it.
What a weird thing.
Which
Jordan's
strange.
miserable. Jordan at 50, read the magazine article sometime. He's not happy.
Why would he be coming out with 200 pairs of shoes a year, trying to make that? Why would you need that much? You don't need that much money
don't
at that
need
point.
it.
It's because you're competing with yourself on a level that is a sickness.
It's a
You need
drug.
that.
It's an addiction, bro.
It's
Some
an
people, they
addiction.
need
Is
that
it
hit.
an addiction
Because-
or is
but-
it fueling the void of insecurity? Well, I doubt Jordan's insecure.
they're
I don't want
tied.
to sign Jordan insecurity, but a lot of these
No,
guys...
they're tied together. The insecurity, Akaash, comes from you not feeling you're great unless you win. That's why if he loses in ping pong, he got to play you right more,
Right.
because then the insecurity bubbles up.
Right.
He thinks he's the greatest.
So the
this
drug
is-
to me would be feeding that insecurity
yes.
and putting
Yes.
that-
100%.
And it goes back to what we were saying before. He should be at a place where he's like, I got X many rings. I've got my NBA championships. Like, people can argue about who's the greatest of all time. It's always going to be Jordan. You know what I mean? He's always going to be the Babe Ruth
Right.
of basketball.
Yeah.
That should be enough.
But it's not.
You should be able to hang your hat and go, you know what? I'm the greatest of all time, no matter what after this. So let me, and this, people need to have, like, your life should be small, not big, like your real life. The things you accomplish should be huge and dreams and blah, blah, blah. But when it comes down to it, your real life and what, like, where the value comes from.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I like to go home
Yeah.
to my house with my family, and that's what I like.
Is it weird to hear white people discussing this? Like some shit that Indians
Oh,
figured out
yeah,
like
like
5,000 years
desires and
ago.
all that?
Yeah. Like they really figured it out.
Yeah.
Nobody else has gotten it.
Yeah.
They really, I mean,
But
Christianity
especially-
dabbles, and Islam dabbles, and Judaism, they dabble. Like religion does dabble. And I think it's enlightened people back in the day. Even
That's all we did
with
was meditate.
right? It's like,
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
100%. And it's like, and I think that's why, look, I think religion, this has enlightened people back in the day, finding the best way to explain this to people. And at first they were like, hey, you should try this. And people were like, I'm not going to do that. And they were like, well, you'll go to hell if you don't. It's not that they didn't want them to go to hell. It's like, I got to force you to be happy, you
Yeah.
motherfuck.
Yeah.
You motherfuck.
Which is what I won't do. I won't force people to be
Exactly.
happy. I
Let it go.
figured it out.
Yeah.
I'm public about it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what it is.
Yeah.
You could take a look at my life.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah.
It's on display.
Dude.
But if you're not going to do it,
Dude, that's on you.
it's all you.
Duval-
Enjoy making all those shoes. I'll buy them.
Yeah, I'm going to buy them. Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
buy
yeah. But I'll be happy if I don't get them either.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go through my period of like, like, you know,
These fucking
those,
bots!
Those 10 a.m. drops, like that's still a serious time for me, and like that ruins a weekend quick. But
It is like a period.
I'll be okay. Yeah, no, you're right. But I'll be okay by Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is yeah, it is an interesting thing. We keep going back to it, but there's a message here, man. I hope some people it's
all
resonating.
tied in.
It's all tied in.
Everything's tied in.
It's all fucking tied in. Okay, next.
Yes.
What are we thinking? Want to talk football? Let's talk football.
Okay. So
what do you think about the AB situation, Akaash?
I mean, the Steelers didn't get shit really for the best receiver in the league right now, probably up there.
Right.
But I also don't think the Raiders necessarily won.
Talk to
AB won in the financial
AB's
sense.
the clear winner here.
Absolutely.
Financially, for sure. But he's also going to play for the Raiders, who I don't know if they're going to be any good. So if you want to win, if that's your thing for a guy who's never got a ring, you're not going to a front runner. You're going to a rebuilding team, and they're rebuilding. They're getting some pieces for sure.
They're gonna make a splash with this draft this year. They got a shit ton of draft picks.
But they
got some money.
You're putting your fate in the hands of Derek Carr, which maybe that works
for one more season. He comes off the books next year.
Then what? You sign a free agent QB? That barely ever happens.
That's very true.
Or you draft somebody. You don't have high picks unless you're shitty next year.
Well, Derek Carr came off of like an almost quasi MVP year, got hurt, and then he was like kind of average or below average now. You got AB now. You're probably going to have some really good pieces to play with in the draft. Like, if you don't cook this year and earn your money and make sure you're the Raiders' long-term answer at quarterback with Antonio Brown, you're throwing it to
how much better is Antonio Brown than Amari Cooper?
I think
he's better.
Much better.
But Cooper's 24. That's a big deal.
That's the only thing.
Just like currently, like, are we talking the difference between? No, I know he's better, but are we talking incrementally better or significantly game-changing better?
I'd say he's tier 1, Cooper's tier 2, probably.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Like, you got your...
I feel like there's only like 3 real elites.
Well, this is exactly what I was going to say.
Wideouts.
QBs, it's Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, and everybody else.
Yeah.
Wideouts is Bryant, Jones, maybe A.J. Green, 1 or 2 other guys maybe. But there's like a tier there, and then there's everybody else. And there's good people.
Oh, you mean top tier?
Yeah, there's like that elite tier.
Like Brown,
which one of these guys is the best? Odell,
Julio Jones,
Brown, Julio Jones, maybe A.J. Green.
Maybe A.J. Green.
Juju might get there. I don't think he's there yet, but that's like the 3 or 4, and maybe one I'm forgetting. But like, then there's everyone else. Same way with quarterbacks. Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, everyone else.
Okay.
Good quarterbacks, but they're not them.
But we look at what Amari Cooper did for Dallas. You know what I'm saying? We all thought he was a tier 2 guy for most of his career. He goes to a quarterback who's good, Dak Prescott, and he's looked like a tier 1 guy for Dallas. So who knows what that's going to mean for Derek Carr?
Yeah,
backwards. So we've seen Derek Carr be great before,
but to not have to give up a first-round pick, even a second-round pick, is like
he got a third and a fifth,
which is like, come on.
There's like, just get away.
They got 3 first-round picks, kept all of them.
What does that say about what AB was doing to his own trade value?
I think he was intentionally tanking it.
Oh yeah. I think it was all a big plan that worked perfectly for Antonio Brown.
So,
because there was a rumor of the Bills trading for him.
Yeah.
It was posted on some Instagram account, Bleacher or somebody.
No, and then Pro Football Talk.
AB just said fake news. Because he was just like, I'm not going to Buffalo. I just won't play in Buffalo. That's fine. Go right the fuck ahead and trade me. So in that sense, he really won. But if winning is the goal, I don't know if he... And I also think he's going to be, to your conversation earlier, he's the guy who's never, it seems, going to be happy. He seems like he's always kind of been a problem. And now that he's the best receiver in the league, and like it's more of a problem, and I don't think he's going to help.
This is me throwing out an idea, and I defer to you guys. But is there a possibility that he is happy? Is there a possibility that he doesn't need the ring to be happy?
I think that's where I was going with
possible.
it. When we were talking about, he doesn't
like
care
you
about
don't do that mustache. If you're looking for approval, like that's not a I want approval mustache, right? That's a like I want to do this in the moment. I mean, regardless.
He said I don't need football. Like I'm 30 million up, I'm good. Yeah. Like I don't need to.
Now, what I would say to that, my counter would be not about AB, but if I'm a football team, I don't necessarily want the guy who doesn't necessarily need to win. You know what I mean?
Say he doesn't need to play. I don't think he said he doesn't.
But what we're saying is like he doesn't need to win to be happy.
Yeah.
Cool. Good for you.
Yeah.
I don't need to pay you $30 million or whatever the fuck to be that guy on my team.
But
weirdly enough, with this conversation is like
that's how
we found out that like the best athletes for your team are the miserable ones.
Yeah,
of course they are.
Right?
You want people that have that insatiable
desire to win.
Because athletics.
If I have a company, I don't want a bunch of fucking fulfilled employees. Yeah. I need a couple blood hungry like
athletics even more so because athletics that's a short term game.
Yeah.
Right, you're not
especially the NFL,
and it's direct competition.
Right,
it is a battle of wills. You versus me. I want this more than you. I need this more than you.
Once you're 40 and you figure out, like, oh, this isn't going to make me happy, you're washed up anyway. The NFL's like, big deal. We'll find some 24-year-old that thinks, like, these going to... Yeah. Don't worry. Once you start winning, you'll be happy. Coach, I've won you a bunch of games, and I'm not happy. Yeah, I don't care about you. Yeah, but you won the games.
Abdul-Jabbar won more than probably any athlete alive.
Yeah.
He sold all of his fucking trophies.
Dude.
Gave it to charity.
Yeah. And you know why?
Made him happy.
Because everywhere he goes... Everybody's like, you know who's great? Jordan.
This meant nothing.
It's like, who's the GOAT? It's like, I scored way more points than this guy.
Yeah, he's sitting there going like, are you guys talking about LeBron or Jordan or me? No,
Yeah.
It's just the two. We're talking. We're just doing the two.
So we like one Laker. It's Kobe. It's like, oh. So what the fuck? Why? Who cares about these trophies, bro? And you'll be surprised how many like pro athletes you'll meet, and they'll say, oh man, he doesn't care about winning. It's like, all right, but when I'm 35, 36 years old, like that ring isn't keeping a roof over my head. That championship banner isn't fucking paying my bills after a while. You know what's gonna pay my bills? It's fucking signing bonus.
Right.
It's fucking guaranteed money. And especially the NFL, where guaranteed money is hard to come by.
Yes.
And Antonio Brown's got the most guaranteed money ever given out to any wide receiver ever. He's more, if he was good before, he's way better now. Like,
Right.
He's way more than good.
I don't even know why they. I mean, whatever.
That just shows how good he is.
No, I know, but like none of them are good
You know
enough.
how good you got to be for somebody to be like, yo, I don't need this. I don't need to do this. I don't even feel like playing here. Take all this guaranteed money. Come
Well,
play,
apparently
bro.
he's still like a crazy like his work ethic is still insane, which I can't really. That's where I'm not computing. And again, maybe
like
Oakland's
T.O.
going to be good and he sees something I don't. But T.O. seemed to want to win. Like T.O. wanted to go to contenders.
Yeah.
T.O. wasn't like, I want to go to Oakland.
Wait, what were you saying about the work ethic? Why you don't understand?
Because to me, it's like if you're working that fucking hard, maybe he's just working that hard to make more money. But if you're outworking everyone, John Gruden said he coached Jerry Rice.
Wasn't listening. He's working because that's the reward.
He loves.
You weren't listening.
He loves
He
the
loves
work.
the work.
Yes.
But
trying to tell you.
Then why would you say no to Buffalo?
Ready? Here it is. Ready?
I don't know.
So today, no, it's okay. Trust me.
Okay.
So it's like, so today I'm taking this kickboxing class.
Right.
Okay, and I really like it. It's just fun and it's enjoyable learning all this stuff. And then I saw that there was like these belts, and like, you know, it starts at white belt, then it goes blue, and then a blue with a stripe and all this other kind of shit. And then I sat there for a minute. I was like, I'd like to be a black belt. That sounds like a pretty cool thing to be, a black belt. And I caught myself.
Right.
I just attached an outcome to my joy at kickboxing.
Right.
You know what I want to do? I just want to learn this kickboxing stuff. And it's so much fun for me when I don't have this thing that's out of my control. Right? I just am learning how to do this fucking kick. And now I'm learning how to do this punch combo. And that is so much fucking fun. I don't care if I never get a black. I don't care.
Right.
So maybe Antonio Brown loves cooking a D-back in practice, like when he's had his hey, let's throw around some passes, let's try to do it. Maybe he just fucking loves getting in the gym and getting that pump in. I know it's hard for us to fathom, but maybe you know who loves it? Chad Ochocinco. To this day, he's out there working with DBs and working with wide receivers. They're still in the league and just competing because he fucking loves it, man.
Maybe that's AB. Maybe
I
not. Also think
but
going on the shop to defend and drag Ben Roethlisberger and like defend you, and like it's like that doesn't speak to me to being fulfilled. But maybe it's possible to be fulfilled in I just enjoy practice and playing, but that doesn't mean I don't have other insecurities or whatever.
Sure,
That's true.
Because there, you know, a lot.
Because why would you say anything?
Yeah,
if you didn't care. I think that's a good. But in terms of him working out still.
Guys on Snapchat constantly, like guys who were constantly.
That's what I was
on social
about to
media,
say.
you
Like,
know.
what was the difference between
that's right.
what T.O. did when he had like camera people in his driveway when he was doing sit-ups? It was the same shit.
Oh,
He wants
I
to
don't think
leave.
T.O.'s. I don't really love T.O. as a wide receiver because I saw him on the team I rooted for, and as we were really good for a year, and then the T.O. thing happens where the divide. Same thing happened in Philly. Same thing that happened in San Fran. He's fucking incredible, and then eventually he just fractures your entire locker room. It seems. Maybe I'm missing it, but it happened at all of his 3 first teams.
That's true.
Why do people do that? How can people divide a room like that so much?
Because I feel like it's because when somebody's so talented,
Yeah.
there's always going to be that. There's always going to be that section of the locker room that's going to be like, yeah, he's a pain in the ass, but fuck, like we win when he's.
Or they
playing
just
good.
believe him whatever he's saying. Like he's not. I don't think he's a dickhead to people.
No,
I think he's a good
dickhead,
teammate.
yeah.
I think he'll pay for your you need something, he'll pay for it. He got you, no problem.
To that point, like you don't hear people shitting on Antonio Brown. You don't hear people shitting on like Odell Beckham Jr. It's always like these media types that see something and they gotta, especially with wide receivers, they gotta make that fucking narrative and be like, oh, okay, this is the type of.
Again, AB, why are you fucking Snapchatting? This is the story of Snapchatting in the locker room while Tomlin's giving. You'll put your fucking phone down. Grow up. You know what I mean? Like, Don't go on the shop and then talk shit about Ben Roethlisberger. You can. I didn't like when Ben Roethlisberger called him out. I get that.
Yeah.
But like, you need to go tit for tat.
I mean, but that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a quarterback, that should be beneath you.
I don't like that move.
You shouldn't be the dude. You shouldn't be the dude going
but
to
a
the media.
post-game interview
and then the owner is backing it up where it's like, yeah, that's our quarterback. And if he feels like talking about that, he's won Super Bowls and he should be able to say whatever the fuck he wants.
There's also value in he's won 2 Super Bowls and you haven't.
Did he win them though?
Yeah,
the first one you can say he wasn't good. The second one he was good.
Okay.
And he gets you there. He gets you there. The guy can win games.
He wins games.
He's a consistent guy. He doesn't get injured. He's got a hell of a fucking arm on him. You know, I mean, he will miss a couple games in the season, but he'll take a beating. Like, I think that you can put him up there as
My thing is, Ben is, and this is just me, Ben is fucking old. He's on his last legs. He probably should have retired last year.
Right.
He got a nice little second wind at the end of the season where he looked like himself again. But it's like, I just don't feel like I'm going to mortgage my team's future on the older aging quarterback over not one but 2 of the best like offensive threats in all of football.
Oh, well, first of all, AB is 30, which isn't necessarily young for a wide receiver. He could have 3-4 more elite years, but he's got a huge cap hit, and they're going to eat a ton of money this year. This year their cap is fucked, but I think after that, they're not paying $24 million a year to anybody, no receiver. So if Ben goes and you got to draft somebody else. But right now you got a quarterback, you got a great receiver potentially, you got a squad, you can go.
Yeah, I like Connor. I like Juju.
Connor is good. Juju is good. They saved a lot of money not signing Le'Veon and AB.
I feel like,
do you think it's possible
like that core missed out on some Super Bowls, man.
With the locker room, right? Like, I'm obsessed with these people who divide locker rooms. Not their inability to make that change, because I know it's hard for people to make change. But do you think it's possible that the locker room doesn't find, half of the locker room just doesn't find them worthy? Like, we're willing to follow if our leaders are worthy, and that's the struggle. It's Jordan was worthy, so as divisive as he must have been in that locker room, you submit to it because you're like, this is worth it.
I think in basketball it's different because one person can take over everything. Football, no one person can carry a team to a win. You just can't do it consistently.
It's the ultimate team sport.
And I think it's almost people follow these guys because they have the ability. But like T.O. was what it seems like with McNabb. He's the guy, he's fucking great. He's coming in, he's scoring touchdowns, he's charismatic, he's nice to everybody in the locker room. But then he'll start saying little shit about McNabb. And that's a quarterback. You do want your team to have your quarterback's back. When he just kind of like in people's ear, like, nah, man, he out of shape. He this, he that. Like, yo, T.O.'s great. T.O.'s always in shape. T.O.'s always in the locker room. So he has valid points. But I think the other people are like, yo, you're not wrong, but shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I understand how good you are. And I'm not even positive you're wrong about it, but we don't need that. Shut the fuck up.
Because it is such a team sport that not one position is that much more important than the other, that talking shit about somebody when everyone else knows that this is a machine that has to be well-oiled, not just you.
Yeah.
You could talk all that shit, but you can't throw the ball to yourself, so you might as well just shut the fuck up. Whereas basketball, it's Jordan can talk shit, and it's like, well, he could also carry us for a whole fucking game if he wants to.
He could score 63 points in a game with 100.
He could win the game by himself, so you could talk your shit.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, I think it's a generational thing. I think in the NFL is more, a locker room is full of men and like family men and like dads and shit. Like,
it's kids in the NBA.
And the NBA's kids. That's why the Lakers got fucked up. Like, LeBron's a grown ass man. He went in there. It's like, hey, it's a fucking business. Some people get put on trade blocks and yada yada yada. If you can't handle it, you can't handle it. And they couldn't handle it. Half these kids are like under 25 years old. They've never had to
is interesting.
deal with that
And
type
they're
of
super
shit.
fragile. They grew up in social media era where they're just getting constant likes and feedback.
Lonzo Ball was a star before he even got to college.
You know what? I think he's the only one built for it.
Yeah.
You know what? And I think you're right.
Because of LeVar.
You're right because he got that, but it goes back to that attachment of outcome. You know how we're saying we're addicted to our phones and all this kind of shit, and obviously they're bad for us, our phones. But the idea that even as a kid, there's this thing that tells you how good something is, right? The amount of likes that you're getting, right?
How important you are.
How important you are.
Yeah.
And there is an outcome for your action, right? We didn't have that as kids outside of our friend group, right? It was, hey, I want to make my friends laugh, etc. That was our very small outcome, right? The fact that the world is giving you an outcome for action, that's going to be hard for kids to break from.
Everything you just talked about not being tied to a process, That's tough. Or not being tied to an outcome. That's tough when literally everything you post is tied to an outcome.
Yeah.
So how many likes did I get? How many hearts did I get?
How do you do that? Like, you have kids now. How do you remove that from them? You can't take their phones away and have these like nerd kids who don't eat sugar.
No, I mean, I think you just have to, you know, without being reprimandy about it, enforce that this idea that, you know, social media and the internet is not the end all be all. And instead of, you know, I think people act like, I mean, even in comedy, they go like, oh, you know, everybody gets in trouble now because we get tweets. And it's like, that's not getting in trouble. Getting tweets. Like, it's just, you just don't check your app mentions and all the trouble goes away.
There's no trouble. The trouble
it's not
disappears.
trouble. Like, it's not real life.
I think you speak from a good perspective as a parent, though, because, like, you have a social following.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like it's easier to show your kids, like, hey,
this is not real life.
Yeah, you can speak from experience. Like, of course, like you say all the time, like, you can only take experience from people or advice from people if they're either rich or they're famous. Because, like, oh,
rich or dead.
Rich or dead.
Yeah. You're only a genius if you're rich or dead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
you'll see that on Kaz's Twitter tomorrow.
The only way you could
I'm gonna tweet that shit right now.
Quote Kaz. Yo, Kaz, you got some bars on the podcast. Go on. I'm teasing.
What was I saying? Fuck.
See my fake attack.
It's easier for, you know, somebody like you to instill in your kids, like, hey, don't run away from social media. Like, know that it's out there and it exists, but the importance that it's going to have on
it's not real life.
It's not real.
It doesn't.
It's a tool,
exactly.
and that's it. Like, there's going to be, most people are going to sit there and give it this heightened sense of importance, and this really is everything, and it's just not. It's just like, because, I mean, we all know anytime that we've been stressed out over Twitter mentions or whatever, or somebody's, if you turn it off, you realize, like, after a couple hours, oh shit, I forgot that I was stressed out about that. You know,
simple as that.
It's not real life.
It's not real life. You get away from it. There's an interesting thing. Like, I feel like sometimes the world like tests how deeply you believe in shit. You know, like, and I've noticed even for you when you went to do the show with Jim, you're dealing with people who are very harsh commenters.
Yeah, and it couldn't possibly bother me less.
Now, there must have been an adjustment. There must have been an adjustment.
There was, my adjustment came, this is the perspective I look at it. It's a very optimistic perspective.
Yeah.
But I was lucky in the sense that when I was 21, I was an intern for Opie and Anthony.
Oh, so you were used to
my whole 20s were spent with Opie and Anthony fans.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not like this idea of like the Jim and Sam show fans are harsh. Yeah, but there's never been a time in my public life where fans were
gentle.
Harsh. Yeah, we're gentle. Or we're like, you know, like the one supportive comment is like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? Like, and
because you expect nothing. So when it's there.
Oh, yeah. But so I mean, no, so it wasn't an adjustment to do it with Jim because it's like I didn't
realize that.
I'd been exposed to that. Right. Yeah, for a long time.
Right.
But it is one of those things where you go like, this isn't real, because I go out. I was just in Cleveland in like multiple spots that I was walking around in Cleveland. Hey man, I listen to Jim and Sam show every morning. You guys are hilarious.
Yeah.
That's real life.
That's real.
Like when somebody goes out of their way face to face to pay you a compliment because you affect their life because you do a daily radio show or because you write articles or because you do comedy, whatever it is. Like that's when you do shows and you see people reacting to what you're saying.
Right.
That's real life. Right.
Yeah.
That's real. That's when you know, life. You know what? I don't know what they're talking about on Twitter because like I'm effective. Like this is, people like this. You know? So, yeah. So I think that's
it's a good message.
Yeah.
Akaash.
Well, we brought up LeBron and the Lakers earlier in the conversation, so I think this is a good time to ask this. You heard what Jeff Van Gundy said?
Yes.
I had actually had this exact thought.
Share with the people. Share with the people.
I brought this up on the show.
Share with the people, Akaash. What did Jeff Van Gundy say?
Didn't I say it?
Oh, you said it?
Very casually. Very casually.
I think the Lakers should look into trading LeBron.
Oof.
Whoa.
I think he goes, everything's on the table, including LeBron.
Okay.
Right? Kaz called this weeks ago.
Weeks ago, I said, when they were doing the AD talks, when they're like everybody's on the table, I'm like, I feel like that team currently constructed would be better off trading LeBron for AD and using that young and having him be that young guy that leads them, you know. And now, I mean, shit. Look at how that team's constructed. It's going to be a lot.
I want to actually explore this. Who do you think is a good fit for LeBron? Who has the pieces to trade for LeBron? What are you giving up? I think if they don't get a big fucking free agent this offseason, you got to start looking into it.
You got to.
That's 2 wasted years.
Gun to my head, obviously, I don't think they trade LeBron. He's still averaging like 28, 9, and 7 or some wild number like that. But, you know, if you swing for the fences, like the report came out that Magic Johnson let Brook Lopez and Julius Randle go for basically nothing to sign Lance Stevenson, McGee, Beasley, all these guys who've really made no impact. Like these guys.
Brook Lopez is having a career renaissance.
Brook Lopez is killing. Julius Randle's killing. You know what I mean? And it's like you understand why he didn't sign those players. There were still good players last year. Just that okay, we know we're getting a big free agent, so we need this money to sign them, right? If you don't get that big free agent, it's gonna get spooky for LA, you know. And the more I'm thinking about, the more I look at the Clippers, the more I look at the Nets. I mean, I'm hopeful. Hopefully the Knicks get somebody, but who the fuck knows? I think Kawhi really likes Toronto. I don't think Klay leaves LA. Like, fuck. If you don't get Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard. Or if you got to wait another year for Anthony Davis because New Orleans have made it painfully clear they're not going to trade him for you.
Yep.
Not to the Lakers.
Not to the Lakers,
What the fuck do you do?
Dude, I want to say on this, I just wanted a little bit, the Lopez brothers, Brooke and Robin. Mm. Tell me they wouldn't make amazing WWE wrestlers. I mean, if that isn't what they both do, you have two legit 7'1", 7'2", but
monsters.
Dexterity. Like it's not like these guys are guys who couldn't put in the ring, right?
They
got good nimble foot movement. That could translate, but you're never going to get that size in WWE again. The big hulking.
Oh yeah, that's going away.
Wrestler has gone away. Like that's gone towards professional sports. Now there's so much money. After the career's over, mid-30s, you tell me you can't turn them into a tag team?
In your body,
Enes Kanter reached out about that, right? Enes Kanter had some interest.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard,
Yeah, he was like...
I like it. He's got gamesmanship.
But I don't know, a guy that size, once they get to their mid-30s and beyond, like, the body does not hold up. Like, the knees don't maintain.
Wrestling's dumb hard on the body. That's the thing.
They got something called a bump count. And once you hit, like, a certain amount of on your back of your neck, it's like...
Really?
Yeah.
Akaash would talk about that with running backs, was it?
Yeah, same thing with running backs.
Yeah.
Like, all wrestlers have a certain number of fucking bumps they can really take over their career, and then it just
get out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's
how
like,
many are we talking?
Hundreds. Yeah.
10-year career,
and some have different numbers than others, right? I
mean, like it depends. Like some people are a little bit more flexible and a little bit more, durable. Agile and durable. But I mean, a good career, like actively, like on TV every week doing pay-per-views, like you have The Rock's height was no more than 5 years?
I think like 3.
3 years? As a huge guy, as a number one dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, Cena at 10 years as the number one guy is like
remarkable.
Is he the Drake of
He's the exception
wrestling?
to
10-year run at the top. Drake of wrestling.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's a pretty
I guess I don't know. I feel like Cena's so like legendary at this point.
Oh yeah,
you almost want to give him stature
above Drake.
Above Drake.
Yeah, wow. Like Cena being this big of a star this long as a wrestler and still doing like outside shit is pretty unprecedented.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like even when Hulk Hogan was like a big star, he wasn't doing like big movies like
you
that.
ain't seen Suburban Commando, obviously.
Exactly. Like
I fucked with that movie when I was a kid. I thought that movie was so goddamn funny when I was a kid. Fuck.
Well, like, yeah, he was doing shit like that, but like, Cena does he hosts the Today Show, and wrestles. You know what I mean?
That's wild.
That's
unprecedented.
The Michael Strahan of wrestling.
That's probably more.
If Strahan were still playing,
right, because he's active. He's doing it all while he's active. Okay, right. I didn't mean to divert from the LeBron
trade
LeBron. Obviously, I don't think that you can trade LeBron. I think he's too worthy a player. I do believe that we saw a couple things happen here. One, we saw the fragility of having a young group of players, right? Because mentally they fell apart at the idea that they could be traded. They're in a city that coddles them like probably no other city in the world.
Yeah.
The average Laker fan doesn't know enough about basketball to hate their players.
And even if they're upset, weed is legal. It's always sunny. How upset?
How upset are you really?
Yeah.
Even if I know the game, it's like I'm in LA, bro.
There were people chanting like "Go back to Cleveland" the other day.
And this is a fucking man.
And you called this, bro.
I said this is a bad move. You will never be Kobe. And I thought, to what you guys, to tie into what we were talking about earlier, I thought maybe LeBron had one, and he brought up winning 3-1 and saying, like, I thought I was a GOAT. I thought maybe he was satisfied, and this isn't a basketball move. I'm going to LA because that's where I'm going to be happy, and I feel fulfilled, whatever. Yeah. That would have bothered me as a fan, but I get it, and I appreciate it. But it's not that. Because once you start losing, ship this guy out, ship that guy out, I'm walking off the court, and no matter how many fucking championships you win, if you don't get 6, you're not Kobe. To everybody else that watches basketball, it's not even close. LeBron is better than Kobe. But to LA, Kobe is better than you. You will never be Kobe. At best, you are second in our eyes.
I still think he got one more in him.
Sure, but even if he one more in LA,
even if he gets 4, I don't think it's
one more in LA is 1/10 of what it meant to Cleveland.
Of course,
1/10 of what it meant to Cleveland.
Of course, but you're talking about a city. I agree with you completely, but you're talking about a city who is used to success and hasn't had it in quite a while. And there is something about expectation. Their expectation is championship every year. And for how many years have they not had it? 10, 15?
The last one was 2007?
Can I counter with this?
2008?
Please.
The Yankees. I lived in New York.
Yes.
They win championships.
Yeah.
They won World Series every year when we were kids.
Yep.
I was here in 2009, whatever the fuck year it was, when they won again. The city was happy for 1 week. Joe Girardi was fired within the next 5 years. Dirk brought 1 championship to Dallas.
And he still hasn't paid
whatever
for a
he
beer
wants to do.
since.
Mark Cuban literally said he has the keys to the kingdom. Whatever he wants to do, he's there. And the whole city still loves him.
Yeah.
That was 2011.
Different level of love.
You think LeBron should have stayed in Cleveland?
I think LeBron should have. I don't mind you leaving Cleveland. I think he, as a GM, kind of fucked the organization, and also Gilbert's an idiot. But I thought LA was a losing move, man. Yeah. Unless you just want to be in LA because that's where your son wants to go to school or whatever the fuck.
Companies are at.
That's fine, but don't. It's as a basketball move, it's a bad move. And I said this from the
I wouldn't
jump.
mind it as a non-basketball move because he said all the right things when he signed here. Like, when he signed to LA, he was like, I know this is going to be a process. I know we got some young players. I'm not in it for the quick fix, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
Like, he said all the right things.
But to me,
shit went left,
you're
ship all these guys
34.
out.
I'm 34. I know what your body is.
Yeah.
He and I are very different bodies,
and that's what
but I know the fragility of it all.
That's what every sports mind with a brain said. They're like, yeah, this is nice of you to say, LeBron, but like, Father Time's undefeated. You're 34 years old.
But Father Time is not the issue. He's playing incredibly well. I mean, he had a triple-double last night. Even in the tank, or even him not locked in, as people are saying, he's still averaging 30 points, 10 rebounds, and a certain amount of assists. Now, regardless if he's wasting these games or not, there is, and I'm giving him the, best case scenario here is there is a person who loves to play basketball, and maybe LeBron is less attached to the outcome than we think. Maybe he truly loves getting buckets. Maybe he truly loves being part of the game. Just real quick, so it's like for LeBron, maybe he's finding joy in that. In the same way that like Aaron Rodgers likes to play the games even though he knows they can't make the playoffs. It's like, I still love this game. I still want to play this game while I still can. And I'm 34 and I'm not going to be able to do this forever. And every year it's going to be done.
So he said something similar where it's like, I earned the right to be here.
Of course.
Like, even if we're not going to win, like, bro, like, I put in the work to be the starting quarterback. And I'm just going to sit because the games don't matter to you. They matter to me. I earned my way here.
Yeah.
So I feel like LeBron.
Tom Brady is openly tied to the outcome, and we can't. I cannot accept LeBron isn't tied to the outcome. If he wants to trade everybody for Anthony Davis, they're not fucking best friends.
Yeah.
He wants to win. He's
games.
storming off the court before the game is over.
Can two things be true though? Can he just love the game? And he's fucking pissed when they lose, and he's tied to the outcome of wants a championship no matter what every single year. But would he be more upset if he didn't play and didn't win?
Yeah, no, I can see that.
A little bit,
I
at least.
believe
Yeah,
he
yeah.
loves the game.
Yeah,
I do
yeah, yeah.
believe that. But I also believe he loves to win. And then
Without a
you
doubt.
made a move, and I don't know if it was just foolish pride or what, and maybe it'll work out. Right now it seems like foolish pride to think, I'm so fucking transcendent, even at 34, I have so many years left, we can go through this whole rebuilding process, I can waste a year at 34, and we'll be fine. I think he wants to win. I think he's very tied to winning. And I think going to Houston, going to Boston, which wasn't really talked about, but that was a possibility. Philly. These were winning moves. You could have had that. All you would have had to sacrifice is your entertainment career for 3 years.
Which, hey, was doing just fine before he got to LA.
Right.
I mean, it's definitely doing better now.
It's absolutely doing better now.
And I'm going to say this.
Yeah. Because you can't find a barber shop in Cleveland.
You can't find people to come to the barbershop.
That's a fact.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
That
Did you see this last episode of The Shop?
No, I saw little clips of it.
They had a great portion of it with, I think Jamie Foxx was on there.
Yeah.
He was basically talking about, they were talking about, policing comedy. And like how certain comedians shouldn't be held to.
We should police Jamie stealing Pryor's jokes.
Boy,
How about
an
we do
entire
that?
Africa bit.
Yo,
An entire
while we do
Africa
that.
bit.
Wow.
I'm tired of these fucking hack comics talking about comedy's under attack. It's like, you attacked it. You fucking stole jokes, bro. Like,
I do assume he was going to be on our side about it,
Shit.
though, Jamie.
Huh?
I do assume Jamie was going to be on our side about
No,
it.
he absolutely was.
Of course he was.
Damn, I didn't know that was.
Come on,
Where
fam.
are we going?
It's the exact same bit. And
What
the
is
shitty
that
thing
smell, motherfucker, about the deodorant? Is that
I literally thought it was Jamie's bit.
until you watched it?
And then I saw Pryor. I was like, this
think it was
is
Live and Now.
similar.
I think-
Whoa.
Yeah, I think it was Richard
I
Pryor
didn't
live and
know.
now.
Shit.
So-
Was the cocaine joke his too? When he was he said something. I think the joke was something like, we're comedians. We're supposed to fuck up. We're supposed to do other things.
Yeah.
Do cocaine a little here and there. It's like, and just for the record, it's not that I hate cocaine. I just love the way it smells. And
Oh, that's a Carlin bit.
That's
no.
Carlin.
Is it Carlin?
I don't know.
That's an old.
It sounds done, but I don't
maybe
know
even a
who's done it.
Stephen Wright joke. Like if you put that in Google right now, Alex can put that in Google. It's like, yeah,
Damn, I know Jamie was stealing. I like Jamie.
It's like an uncle joke.
yeah, it's a street
Yeah,
joke.
it's- It doesn't sound like Jamie's style necessarily. Actually, here's what I'm going to say about LeBron before we close it up. I'm going to say this right now. We've had this debate on here before. I've been more torn than you guys. I'm done for now. Hiatus on LeBron is the GOAT talk. You're not the GOAT to me right now. I know career is 20 years long or whatever, but for you to make this move, cool if you're happier in LA, but it ain't a GOAT move. It ain't a Jordan move. It ain't a whoever move. And fuck Jordan. It ain't a GOAT move. To say fuck a year, I'm going to go to LA to build my movie career. And then I'm going to blame everybody else.
Is that worse than saying fuck my career? I'm gonna go play baseball.
That's a valid point. That's a valid point.
Well, unless you believe those conspiracy theories.
Which is what I've always thought.
So maybe he didn't say fuck
The
baseball.
conspiracy
I mean,
theory
fuck
that
basketball.
Stern said, get the
Those
fuck out of here for a
suspension.
little while.
Yeah, maybe he was like, I need to stop gambling on these games.
Yeah, you kind of got your.
He was gambling on his own game.
That we don't know.
Apparently, the legend has it, and shout out to the Jordan plug. That I want to mess up.
Yeah.
Legend has it that Jordan's gambling, addiction cost him his father's life. And instead of kicking him out of the league or telling him to retire, the suspension. That's the urban legend.
Urban legend. No proof has ever been,
I
but
kind of believe that first part.
There's, hey,
Why are there no suburban legends?
for a guy,
you gotta,
there are suburban legends.
you gotta come out to Westchester,
Avocado toast.
Do you guys have some good suburban?
Bestchester. We got nothing but suburban legends. I'm a suburban legend.
You are.
If you don't open the door for your nanny, that's 7 years of bad luck.
Yeah,
Okay, so the idea is his pop got murked, which makes sense because you don't get
For a
just
guy's
pulled over
father,
on the highway to like.
It's on the highway.
Who I don't know. That's a weird thing.
It was a hit.
Yeah, it looks seems
read
like a hit. And then Stern was like, "You got to dip out the league for a couple of years." Why? So shit cools down.
It
think
was a suspension.
I think
And
it was
you're the
shit,
face
yeah.
of my league. I can't have the guy who made my league what it is be like, hey, we're suspending you because your gambling addiction got your father killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, make this thing that you're doing it for your father. You played baseball and you grew up together and you wanted to do this thing for him, and that's why you're losing the game.
So did he?
Legend has it. I don't believe
This is
I don't know that I
allegedly.
believe it either. But I
Did
do
he
kinda
come
believe the first part.
back? Wait. Did he end up paying off that debt to the mafia?
I don't know.
I think his pops did.
I think he was good for it.
No, but like usually they kill your father and they still want the money. It's not
I
like
mean, goddamn! I bet Jordan was like, "Bruh, take some fucking sneakers or something." Shit. We could have had this talk before.
Look at this guy's feet. I'm good for it, yo. God.
I could have shipped you some 9s. What the fuck?
How much debt?
All the infrared 6s you want. Go.
I'm just trying to understand if Jordan beat the Mafia 2. Because that could be his greatest victory, right? Like he could have said
competitive edge was too crazy.
Right?
7-0 in finals.
7-0 in the finals. Like, yeah, he lost his pops, but he dunked on the Mafia. You know what I mean? Like,
he was down 0-3.
He probably looked the Mafia dead in the eyes like, oh, you think I'm scared? You ain't getting his money back. Nah, I don't know. Who fucking knows?
I don't know if I believe the suspension thing, but I will also say he had won 3 straight championships. LeBron hadn't. LeBron is getting his ass kicked by Golden State. There's teams you could go to challenge Golden State. These are guys who are... Jordan didn't get beat by the Pistons 3 years in a row and then go, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck Phil. I'm going to go to fucking the Bucks.
If Wade wasn't on the downside, he could have got 3 straight.
Could have, but he didn't. And he just lost 2 straight to the Warriors. And it wasn't even close. You won 1 game out of 8. Or out of 9. So
I really hope Katie leaves.
I just don't think it's a GOAT move to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to take a year off, go to LA, and then we'll just sign some free agents, whatever. You're 34, dog. You can't just give up a year.
Combo. It's an interesting combo.
I'm putting a hiatus on GOAT talk.
I'm not taking him out of my GOAT conversation, but I can't. You're one of those. You make one of those arguments where I'm like, yo, I can't even like what good reason do I have to go against that?
I hate. He'll never be the GOAT.
Yeah.
Career is long as fuck.
Just put it on ice.
But it's on ice for me.
Because he could come back like, bro, like he's already shown that he has that comeback gene in him. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I didn't think he could be in the GOAT conversation after a while. After that Game 7, that block, that series win, that championship for Cleveland, he's right back in the conversation. Maybe he takes LA from as shitty can be right now, and this time next year they're back in championship contention. Who fucking knows?
Right.
But
time will tell, guys. Time will tell.
Maybe their tank gets some Zion because they're tanking hard as fuck right now.
That would be heartbreaking for me.
I'd jump off a roof.
Imagine the Knicks couldn't even lose well. Fucking pathetic team.
I'm not positive you're getting the number 1 pick.
There's a great chance we don't. Right? I think the top 3 teams have
all have equal opportunity.
I think
if this is 2 years ago,
I think 4 or 5 have only like a 3% worse chance of getting it too. It's everybody's close.
I have a feeling the number 1 pick is going to go through 4 from either the 4, 5, or 6 seed.
Could happen.
The 5 worst teams,
right, all
have pretty similar odds.
Yeah.
But the good thing is there's 3 really good players, but Zion's seems like the one and only game changer.
There's one good player. Everybody else we don't know.
John Moran is really fucking.
He seems good.
We'll see.
He seems nasty.
And RJ Barrett, who knows? But.
We'll see. But look, guys, this has been another episode of Flagrant 2, No Easy Buckets.
Ooh,
analysis by assholes, water cooler comments for your sports needs. Make sure you check out Sam Roberts, everybody. You got to make sure you check out Sam Roberts.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Jim and Sam show. Is there anything that you want to plug, man, besides youtube.com/Jim and Sam?
Yeah.
Go.
YouTube.com/Not Sam as well.
Oh, sorry, Not Sam. Okay.
Well, both YouTube channels work. And of course, any wrestling fans, Not Sam Wrestling is the podcast that drops every Thursday.
Every Thursday. And you have other interviews and things that you do from your studio. Right?
All on the YouTube channel.
All on the YouTube. So there's a lot of content that is on the YouTube channel. Just go to the YouTube, check it.
YouTube/NotSam. NotSam.com.
NotSam.com. YouTube/NotSam. Love Sam Roberts.
Thank you.
If you have SiriusXM, listen to their morning show.
If you don't get SiriusXM, you cheap bastard, what are you listening to?
Do that shit.
But drive a car. They all come with it now, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I said when that first came out. I said the biggest issue with SiriusXM was they got greedy.
Yeah.
I said you should have given it away. Just like the drug dealers, get them hooked.
Well, and now that's what they're doing. It's in cars.
It's in every car, and they're smart.
Some
and now
cars
people
they
are
get
in.
them for like a year for free.
Give it to them for $5. If you know that the company's too big to fail, you know you have a satellite in the sky, right? Because that's what it is. You have your own satellite in the sky. So
you have a satellite in the sky.
In the sky, that's where they go. Okay, yeah.
And by the way, we got an app too.
And an app.
We're streaming too. And by the way, we just bought Pandora.
Ooh.
So
what?
We got a satellite.
All those
and
humble
an
brags
app,
you started with the show
and we're
with?
streaming, and we got Pandora.
I'm going to pay for Pandora.
I'm the last professional broadcaster. So things are coming up. Robert's
Make it happen.
Now,
Make it happen. And if you don't have it, you can watch it on the YouTube.
I mean, Yeah, you could, but I'm trying to get some subs sold. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I think you want
Yeah, but you don't get a piece of the subs, bro. You get those YouTube. That's autonomy.
No, you're right, but I mean, if the subs start going down, they're like, we're not paying you guys to.
Well, you already signed your contract.
Yeah, contracts have ends, bro.
Oh, how long is it?
We still got 2.5 years on the deal, but
So you have 2.5 more years.
from
to
here,
build
yeah.
up a YouTube.
There we go, baby.
That's what I'm saying. That's
We're
what
happy
I'm
it's
saying.
serious.
YouTube.com/notsam.
That's a good spot. That's a good spot too.
That's it. Hey, guys, thank y'all so much for doing this, man. Any other plugs? Anybody else?
Yeah, fuck.
Wale Mania?
Wale Mania.
Oh, yeah.
Sam will be there April 4th, Thursday, Sony Hall.
Actually, we're going to do all this in the beginning
All right, so I'll just shut up. Then we'll start.
because it's better.
Yeah,
Get it out in the
it's in the
beginning.
beginning.
Matter of fact, we should keep this just so you guys know how professional we are with our plugs, okay? Akaash, is there anything that you would like to plug in the beginning that we're going to do in a second?
Nah, man, I'm gay.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening, man. Patreon, we will see you Friday. And we love what y'all do, and thanks so much for supporting what we're doing here, man. Views from the Sis is out. I'm probably going to tell you that in the beginning as well, but make sure you keep watching it. All right, peace.